Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. That was so fake. How you doing, girl?
It's true.
Listen. I just want to start off by telling everybody. This morning, I had said out loud, "Oh my knees." When you get to that age,
Your what?
Oh my knees.
Oh, your knees. When
you get to that age where you screaming, "Oh my knees." you old as hell. I went to bend down and get some pans to fry me some eggs. I said, "Oh my knees."
I thought you said to get some pants.
I said pans. I won't be doing
they
no.
They said you are 5 pounds wet.
I ain't talking about my weight. I'm talking about my kneecap popping like that.
You were popping, girl.
That's when I know I can't be doing no more. That's when I know I'm not ready, and I can't be out there doing that Meg the Stallion dance where they be dropping.
Trying to carry all this wagon on it.
I know, like,
Nate, how about it? Because, honey, this wagon be dragging.
It's a mess.
This thing be thinking.
It's a big old mess. I do not.
This thing be thinking, honey.
I am excited. I'm excited to see you later. I am excited to see you later on.
No, don't be excited.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something before we start this topic. So yesterday, and me and BlackRoses, we don't never have an argument. We don't never have a disagreement. It's not because
it wasn't a disagreement. It was the truth.
It's not because we yes friends. But let me tell you how this girl, I feel like, matter of fact, can we get L'Oreal on here so I can get her to talk to you about it's okay to say you sorry? It is really okay to say you're sorry. I want you to know that. This girl does not apologize for nothing. She swore me up and down, and she said this text message to me yesterday.
Listen, I got my phone. I got my phone. I'm so glad my phone is here. Disregard the screen, y'all.
I ain't got no text message.
What'd that say?
That say 2 people.
That say 2 people, right? Look at the 2 people.
I ain't up there.
Wait a minute. Look at the 2 people.
All you gotta do is press the name down.
The 2 people. Janina and Kia. You see that? Janina and Kia.
What number you got, fool? You know I done switched my number 13 times. What number you got?
I don't know. 406.
For what?
406.
I ain't get that message.
Look, wait a minute. And this is the message I sent. This is a group that you and her are in. That you replied to 3 days prior. Don't look at the phone though. Don't worry about the wrong thing. Look at that. I sent that message. Look at that message I sent.
I don't know who you on there talking to.
Yeah, right.
I don't know who you on there talking to, but it ain't me. But your shirt cute though. I like your shirt. It's real cute.
Oh, thank you. It's really fashionable. You know I love fashion.
You look yeah.
I got this from I got this from This is
What sign?
I'm a Cancer.
She a non-apologetic ass somebody. That's what she is. That's her sign, non-apologetic.
I'm a Cancer. Proud to be.
Be careful. Not say I'm sorry.
I said, listen, if you felt like I should apologize, then I guess I'll apologize.
If you felt like I should, that's not how
if you feel like a big crybaby, yes, I am a big crybaby. I take responsibility. Don't do that.
She took responsibility for that damn phone call yesterday.
You are something else. You have.
But listen, I really am. I'm extremely excited to see you this afternoon. Nate, you gonna be there too?
I think it's Nate's event, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it is.
The event tonight. It's your event? Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Okay, I am so excited to see. It's gonna be some wine. Can I bring
my own? Drunk behind somebody, can she bring her own wine?
Can I be wide open?
He said you want to be alcoholic.
Can I be wide open? I got one of those containers that you can hide it in, so I can do whatever. They got the brushes. They got the brushes. Didn't you have the umbrella when we went to the carnival? One of y'all had the umbrella where you pour the alcohol in. Somebody had the umbrella that you pour the alcohol in.
Now that's ghetto. All I have is my backpack. Speaking of carnival, July 9th and 10th, guys, the Baltimore Carnival is coming back. The girl will be in the building.
What you doing?
We're gonna do mud. I thought we was doing mud.
I just wanted to verify because you don't apologize for shit, so I can't hold you
accountable. I'm not apologizing. I am not apologizing.
I can't take you on your...
If you feel like, if anybody out there ever felt like I did them wrong, done something to them, and you looking for me to apologize, just know it'll never happen. Just know. I
can't take you on your
word.
If
you're looking for an apology from me,
on your word. So are we truly doing mud? I can't hold you accountable no more.
We're doing mud. No costumes this year. No costume. We're gonna do mud. I gotta get my hair braided because ain't nobody throwing all that mud in my damn hair.
Well, that's what I was excited for. I was excited because I'm like, I got my locks. I don't care.
Nate said a true Cancer. A true Cancer. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Nate,
if you hurt my feelings, if you hurt my feelings, I'm crying and I'm gonna let you know you hurt my feelings.
Nate, you a Cancer?
Mm-hmm. Me too. Both of y'all bipolar like fuck.
Me too, Nate. I'm a Gemini too. All right, Nate. What you gotta say about the Geminis? Nothing. Cause we cute and we
bipolar as fuck. There's 59 people living in y'all fucking head every day.
And
we loyal, creative, and
very intelligent. Absolutely. Don't be no hater. It ain't cute on you.
Y'all creative.
It ain't even cute on you. That's not cute on you, but the hate ain't.
Oh man, like it's so crazy. I went to this I think I just shared this experience. So last night, this weekend, I don't know if you know, but this is a big weekend for Baltimore. This is a CIAA weekend.
Yeah.
There's tons of events going on. There's so much going on this weekend. Like Baltimore is really showing up, showing out, and conducting themselves in a good manner, which I'm very surprised about.
No gunshots, nothing. That's good.
Listen, I went to this new place over there on Guilford, It used to be the old Hammer Jacks, the old Bourbon Street.
Oh yeah.
So someone has opened that building up now. It's a new club. You know,
You ain't called me.
my husband was in the building last night.
Who your husband?
Jeezy.
Oh my God.
I just want to say I am highly disappointed in the whole way that he came out last night. Like,
why?
I'm not. Listen, I wasn't expecting a full blown concert, but I was expecting you to at least perform some songs, some good songs.
That's not what he got paid for.
Apparently not. He got paid to show up and look sexy a bit because he was definitely looking good.
He got paid to show up.
But I'm like, when he came, it was just like, you know, of course, I don't try to get there too early because I know they're not coming on stage at 11 o'clock. They're not coming on stage until about an hour till it's about to close. So when I got there, it was already 12:30. It was like 12:30. Paid $100 for the ticket, right? Mm-hmm. Get there. He gets on at about 12:45, 1 o'clock-ish. He performs like 3 or 4 songs, and that's it. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to come back downstairs. I spot him across the room. Like, everybody looking like, where he at? He backstage. I look across the room, and he right there. I'm like, no, he right there. Everybody like, no, that's not him. I'm like, look, he is right there. I know him. I know what he looks like. He was right there. He smoked his little weed and got out of there.
That's what he got paid for. He got paid to make an appearance.
Like I said, I wasn't expecting a full-blown performance. I wasn't expecting a full-blown concert. But I wanted you to at least perform some of my favorites. You performed Put On. What else he did? Track Star. He did like 2 other songs and that was it. Like, y'all didn't even play his real good shit.
That's when you were supposed to use your I.Am.She VIP status and requesting songs.
Right. Should have walked over there. Excuse me, tap, tap, tap. I paid money for this. I was a little disappointed. I should have gone to the Monica show to save my money. A lot of people were talking. I also went to the Step Show. The Step Show was
why you didn't tell me about the Step Show? I love the Step Shows.
I posted it and everything. I went to the Step Show last night. It was a Greek versus Greek Step Show. It was really fun.
I love those.
It was so amazing. I went with my cousin Kendra, and we, when we hook up, it's always a good vibe. Like, we so in tune with each other. So me and her went, and we had a ball. Like, it was so amazing.
Yeah.
Just to see the different sororities and the different fraternities come out. And oh my God, it was just so.
Let me just let y'all know. It's a key for me. Let me let y'all know. It's the key for me.
Listen, it was some cute cues in there.
That's why I said it's the cue for me. All the cues I ever dated have been cute. It's a cue for me. I'm going to stick with it.
For real.
I'm stick beside
I have never dated a cue. I have dated Iota, but yeah. But I'm not into that whole fraternity thing. I mean, kind of, sort of. If I was the pledge, I would have probably been a Delta. Don't do what again?
No, that's what I'm going to say. Don't do what again?
So I'm like with me and we, like when I'm out, I would never listen. I will never do that again. Okay, I will never do that again. Because, sweetie, oh my God, no. But an Iota, no, I would never date another Iota. But it was just so many, we vibe no matter where I go. I'm always meeting people. I'm always, just talking to people.
You talk to anybody.
But that's the crazy thing. It don't be me talking to people. People just start talking to me. And then when I just start talking, it just be.
I get uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable in those situations when random people I be standing in a line, people just start talking. I be like, why?
You know me, I meet people anyway. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you. Yeah, I think I do. I think I am. People look at that. Oh, she's cool kind of thing. I guess. I don't know.
I keep that restless bitch face. I don't know why people think I'm approachable. I swear I keep a restless bitch face. I don't like
Really?
talking to people. I don't like talking to people.
Shut up. No,
Leave me
you don't.
alone. Leave me alone.
But it was so much fun. I wanted to say the STEM show was amazing. So the CIAA will be here for Kappas all day. Kappas
Yeah.
all day.
They do, yeah.
Kappas all day.
I'm
But
agree.
the CIAA will be here for the next 7 years. So that's a good look for Baltimore. I think that each year it is just going to get bigger and better, and it will be more exciting. So next year, if we're here, God willing, maybe we can go to a step show. Maybe we
Yeah,
can,
I'm definitely
go
going to a step
attend a step
show.
show together. So
Yeah.
if it's one today, the ticket was really cheap. It was only $30. If you
Mhm.
would have got like the pre-sale tickets, it would have been 20. So that's not bad. I mean, it's still $30 wasn't bad. But overall, yesterday, the whole CIAA little bit of experience that I did get, it was very, very nice. I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed the step show. I enjoyed the Jeezy concert, even though it was packed and it was too many people in there smoking. But other than that, it was an okay experience. Next year, I'm looking forward to more events and going out to more things and doing more things next
You
year.
gotta remind
But
me. I'll be looking for stuff like that.
no, I'm always on the scene.
I know you is. I'm not
I'm
anymore.
always on the
I just told
scene.
you my
I
knees
just
don't allow me to do that.
shut up, girl. But I'm always, always out and about and outside and stuff. So it was just really, really, really fun to see just, a lot of people come out. It was real cool to see all the sororities and all the fraternities, how they all just, it was so amazing. Like the step show was really the
I
highlight of
hope
my
you
day
wore I.Am.She apparel. That's when you were supposed to promote. I hope you had on some
I
I.Am.She
did. I
apparel.
did. I
Okay.
wore my I.Am.She mask. I wear my mask. I go nowhere without my I.Am.She podcast
Okay.
mask. I wear
Okay.
this each and every place I go. I don't wear any other mask. I don't even wear those, regular ones. I have these on deck always. So,
Right.
and I always get a lot of people that ask me about it, oh,
Mm-hmm.
what's this? And I was like, oh, it's my podcast. And speaking of masks, guys, starting March the 1st in Baltimore City, the indoor mask policy is gone. We are no longer going to
Nate,
be
you don't got one?
required. You don't have one?
I got
Oh,
some. I
I'll
got a
take you
couple more
one.
left. You got some left?
Yeah, I got some left too.
Oh.
Starting March the 1st, though, guys, the indoor mask policy for Baltimore City will be lifted. So the mask mandate for Baltimore City will be no more. You won't have to wear a mask if you don't want to. Now,
Okay.
of course, some people are still going to protect themselves and
I
wear
sure
their
am.
mask everywhere. But it's like, for me, it's a fluctuating situation. It's up and down. Nate said, not for me. I'm wearing mine until I think it's
Thank
over.
you.
That's right. I don't think it'll really, truly be over. I think
It's not.
it'll be like the flu. It'll just be contained, It'll just be, more less numbers because it's like now I think because to be honest, and this is part of my conspiracy theory. I'm a little conspiracy theorist, but I feel like with World War III about to start, shit, we forgetting about COVID. We worried about the war.
So what was the point? Okay, so like I had a conversation with David yesterday about starting an MNT, and even though I'm 100% remote, they still want you to submit whether you got the vaccine or not. Yeah, whether you got the vaccine or not, they still want you to submit documentation or just let them know whether you got it. But I'm 100% remote. But now that y'all saying that you're not putting the mask on in the school system or anything, what was the point of y'all making everybody and forcing all these employees to get these vaccinations? What was the point?
Good question. That's a good question. I will no longer share my vaccination status with anyone.
Because you don't have to do it no more.
Because of what happened to me at work. I felt like I was anti-vax or something. Like I was just like, I felt weird when I was asked about my status. Like it's like, damn bitch, are we having sex? Like
why does so my old manager at St. Agnes Hospital when I was working there, this fool decided that she wanted to. So when the vaccination option first started with us, It was a whole bunch of us. It was like, no, I'm not being forced to do that. Y'all don't even force us to get
Right.
the flu vaccine. Y'all give us an option. Y'all say we can wear masks. And it's the same thing with the COVID. You can wear a mask. It's my, my option. So, of course, all the older people automatically jumped on the boat and was like, oh, I'm going to get vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get vaccinated right away. This fool came into the meeting talking about she was going to start giving out wristbands for us to wear to make the patients feel more secure or feel more comfortable. I said no, because that's
It
going to
doesn't
start a
even matter
debate.
because y'all put on the whole body armor of God when y'all go into them doctor's offices and stuff. Like if you go into the doctor's office or to the hospital, they have on all the PPE protection. So I'm confused as to why y'all need to identify with whether you
That's
are
what we
vaccinated
said.
or not.
I got up in
That's
that daggone meeting. I usually
ridiculous to
just sit
me.
back in the meeting and wait for the meeting to be over with. Girl, I got up in that meeting. I said no, no, because that's stupid. Because we already in Howard County where we consistently around all these patients that are entitled. Howard County, I don't care if somebody on here, I'ma say it because I'm home. Um,
I'm
y'all
gonna say because I
entitled
work
as
there no
hell.
more.
Y'all act entitled as hell. And
But it's
so
so crazy because it's more so Caucasian people who don't want these masks to be worn. They don't want
right,
to wear them. When the
right.
governor stated that all state buildings and state offices didn't have to wear masks inside, the employees didn't have to
Mhm.
wear masks. Let me tell you something. Tuesday when we went back to work, everybody in the building was giving the security people grief like, no, all the Caucasian people were like, look, we don't have to wear masks. The governor said as long as we're in a state
That's
building, we
fine.
don't have to. We were like,
That's fine.
whoa.
Just
Look,
don't
but
come
you
in
see,
my
look, all the
space.
black people like this.
That's what I gotta say. That's fine. Just don't
All
come.
the black people
Here's
is
the
masked
thing.
up, but it was
Here's
just
the
more so.
thing. Before they went back to mandate masks, here's the thing that pisses me off. I understand, and you're right. It's all the Caucasians. Because when I go to Target, when I go to Walmart, the Caucasians were the first one that was dropping their masks. But here's the thing. Let me explain something to you. I still got my mask on, so you give me my 6 feet, or we gonna fight.
Yeah, give me my 6 feet. You only got to
Give
be
me
6 feet.
respect my damn space. When we standing in the line, don't be breathing up on my damn neck like we came in the store together unless you fitting to pay for my bill and yours. Give me my damn space. I hate that. That's disrespectful. Or if you turn around and you tell somebody, excuse me, can you move back a little bit because you don't have a mask on? They get offended. All right, so let's fight then.
Mm-hmm.
So let's fight. Because why you in my space? Be respectful about if you
No,
feel like
and their famous thing to say is those masks don't protect you. They don't protect you. They don't
well, why
protect
you
you.
there? Well, and that's fine. That's your opinion. That's fine. That's your option. If
That's
you
right. That's
feel
your
like
opinion and that's your
you
option.
don't
This is
want to
my
wear
opinion
your
and my
mask,
option too. Yeah.
that's fine.
I
But
don't
stay out of my
understand.
space. Stay out of my
Yeah,
damn
get out
space.
of my space. Yeah.
Respect my space.
Yeah.
I'm about to start making some shirts to say
Yeah.
that. Respect my motherfucking space. That's my shirt's gonna say. Respect my motherfucking space.
Okay, respect her space, y'all.
Don't nobody take it. Listen, I'm going back to the show, and if I find out that anybody made that shirt, so,
You guys so dumb.
so
Something is
listen,
wrong with her. Y'all don't understand.
I am. I
Y'all
got a little bit
understand.
of a chemical imbalance, just a little bit.
A
But
lot.
listen, but
A
listen.
lot.
So I am really excited. I'm really excited about Carnival because I really want to do mud, and that's one thing I was saying. I was like, I got my locks, girl. I don't even care about getting
You
my
see
hair
what I'm
done.
saying? Do
And
y'all understand what I'm saying here? This the bipolar I'm talking about. Because how do we go from hair and discrimination in the workplace to carnival?
because this color on me, I'm fascinated with this color on me. I just keep looking at myself in here because this color is everything right now. But anyway, stop interrupting me because I have the mic. So
Excuse me.
when we go to Carnival, I ain't really got to do my hair, and that's what I'm kind of pumped about. And hopefully my locks, I'm hoping my locks will drop a little bit more because if my locks drop, you can't say
Then
nothing
don't
to
go
me.
all the way down here because you right here right now. Don't go all the way
That's
down
what I'm
here like
saying.
you gonna magically grow 80,000.
Yeah, summertime. I still got some time. I still got some time.
You got 4 months.
I got time.
No, you got five
So,
months.
but listen, I'm just gonna let y'all know. that if my locks dropped in here by the time Carnival come, don't
It's
say nothing to
over.
me. Don't say nothing to
Y'all
me
are
because I'm
looking
too
good this
cute for
morning,
everything.
lashes said. Oh, good morning, Indira. How are you? Thank you for
Good
tuning in.
morning.
Good morning. Carnival is July
July.
9th and 10th. Yep. Her locks do look good on her though. I
Thank
really like that
you.
hairstyle on her.
Thank
It
you.
gives
Thank
you look more it makes you look a little older, it makes you look a little bit more like, oh, you're a
Well, I
mom.
don't want to look old. Well, wait a minute. And I don't
I
want
ain't
to look
saying
like
you look
my mama.
old. You look
I don't want to
older.
look old, and I don't want to look like a
You
mom.
look
I want to
older
look
than
like a
what you
hoe.
usually do.
I want to look approachable like a hoe. Like I'm about to get
Oh
her.
my god.
Like that's what I
Goodbye.
want to look.
And on that note, guys, we're gonna switch. Cause she just went left with a whole husband. You know what? You got a whole husband, so why not? Shit.
Listen.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you, because I don't know what type of Christian show. What type
Y'all
of
must say
this is.
y'all
This
must
is a
not have
Christian
y'all
show.
must not be on y'all must not be on social media.
I am of
What's
the
that?
I am of the
Poly,
Lord.
what is it called? What is it called? Where everybody doing the two girlfriends, two boyfriends now?
Polyamorous?
Yeah, I think it's polyamorous.
They said don't do it.
Listen, that's
You want to
in.
be polyamorous?
I'm just saying that's in right now. So if I want to shoot my shot, you be quiet and Nate, don't take me off the screen no more.
Wait a minute. Okay. So you know there's two different trends. There's the one where the women have different boyfriends, and then there's one where the boyfriend have different girlfriends. Do you want
No, I
you
want the
want your husband
husband
to have
and
another
the
girlfriend,
boyfriend.
or you?
No, I want the husband and the
Oh,
boyfriend.
well, damn. It's so hard to find a man who would do that though. Like most men don't want to be poly. But no, they don't want to be poly for your benefit. They want to be poly for their own benefit.
Especially
Like,
the
baby,
ones
you
that
ain't
get
got
in
enough
their
for me.
feelings.
How the fuck you got enough for her too?
Especially the ones that get in their feelings. The ones that get in their feelings,
Baby,
they be wanting to tell.
it's the picky and choosy one for me. It's the okay for you, but not okay for me shit. It's the okay for you, but not okay for me.
Listen,
Excuse me.
that's not what this
You want to
topic is.
you want a threesome, or you want to be in a polyamorous relationship, and you ain't got enough for me and her.
That is not what this
You
topic
barely
is.
got enough for me.
Let's get into the topic. Because we
let's
went
get-
way off today's topic. That is not.
That was you. You started it. You got me started. You know I got something to say. Always. Poly is not for me. The only thing I'm sharing, and that's it. That's the only thing me and homegirl can do.
I like that in there.
Because I am not sharing my nigga. You are crazy. Now, if I don't care about you and you a dude just like regular, smaggler, duggler, oh, she can have that. Yeah. You know, because there are people who do that. Like, you know, homegirl, oh, girl, I got this dude. Go there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be
I heard of that. I heard of that.
There are people out here who be like, yeah, I got to, you know, I'm going to tell my homegirl go do this. I don't want no two men. There's too much serving. That's right. One's enough. One is enough.
I
One is fine. I'm fine with one.
I surprisingly had.
I don't even want one right now. I don't even want one. I don't even want it. I don't want to date. I don't want to do anything.
What you doing then?
I'm single. I want to be single. I want to just be alone. Like it's just so much right now in the dating world that you know. Listen, stay married. Shit, work it out. Do what you gotta do for your man. Cause honey, this dating scene out here is treacherous, honey.
I know.
You gotta have this. Listen, me and this girl who did my hair yesterday, we had a conversation. We talked about how, you know, guys always talking about women, like this, that, and the third. But she was saying how this one dude she was talking to, he was younger than her. He was a chef, but he lived with his mama and his daddy.
That's saving money.
No, and he slept on a twin bed, and he wanted her to come get snowed in and sleep on a twin bed. No. She like, why would I leave my king to go to your mom and sleep on a fucking twin? That makes sense. This is out of fucking order. You want me to leave my home? Come stay with you. And you sleeping on the motherfucking twin bed.
Oh,
but you don't want to talk to me. But you don't want to date me because Like she said, she like he don't want to really be serious with me because I'm a single mother. I got
Oh my
kids.
God, I
Y'all
cannot.
niggas got your priorities twisted. Make it make sense.
I cannot. But
You
anyway,
want a twin bed? You gonna send me a
so
picture of your twin bed? Talking about come take a nap, bitch. Ow! I'm gonna sleep on the
can
floor.
we both fit on a twin bed?
I'm a big girl.
Hold
All of
up,
this
Nate.
is big.
Hold up, Nate.
I am not sleeping on nobody's motherfucking twin anything.
Hold up. I'm getting into the topic.
I don't even want to sleep with a nigga named Twin because I might feel some
because you choose.
You want me to sleep on a twin bed, nigga? What? That's what she was like. I said, listen.
The audacity of you.
That's what she said. But y'all, let's get into this show. So we're gonna talk today about the Crown Act. We was talking about this a couple of weeks ago about discrimination in the workplace, and one of the discriminations that happens among African Americans is with our hair. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times I have been to work and I would go in there bald and come in the next day with braids down my back, and everybody like, "Oh my God, that was amazing! How did you do that?" Yeah, can I touch your hair?
I hate when people say that. I hate when people come up to you and say that, especially Gemma, because you know how long Gemma hair is. They go, can I touch her hair? You touch her goddamn hair if you want to. You're gonna lose a finger. Don't touch her daggone hair.
So, in 2019, California passed the Crown Act. In July of 2019, New York passed the Crown Act. So we're asking, first of all, let's get into what the Crown Act is.
Yeah.
The Crown Act is also known as, which was the acronym for Creating a Respectful and Open Workplace for Natural Hair.
Yeah.
In society today, our hair has been one of the most talked about things with African Americans, especially now with a lot of women and a lot of men going natural. A lot of men are getting locks now or have locks. A lot of women are doing the afro. They're going natural. They're doing the puffy hair. They're doing the locks like KD. They're doing braids. We're doing everything now to be more in tune just with our culture.
Right. So it's like, so basically like going into the Crown Act. If you somebody like me, you know, when you go on interviews, you got cornrows, you got locks, you got braids. Like me, when I used to go on interviews and I had braids and stuff in my head, I go in there trembling and shaking because that's the only thing I can think about. What they're gonna think about my hair, what they're gonna think about my hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I used to do. I had this thing that I called the Becky pullback. So I had my weave. So I called it the Becky pullback. That's what it was called for me, the Becky pullback. Wear your hair like a white girl. Wear your hair like a white girl. So I had my weave, you know. I used to wear my long weaves and stuff. And then I take it, you know, this side and I pin it back, and take it this side and pin it back, and then have the back hanging out. It was nice, neat, and I could talk, you know, a certain way, and I could act a certain way. It was the Becky pullback. That's what I used for my interviews. That's how I used to get over on my interviews, my Becky pullback. And then, you know, with my proper talk and, you know, my proper English. That's how we get the job. But when it comes to in terms of the Crowns Act, yeah, I can totally relate to, you know, that Crowns Act, because for me, that's one of the things I always worried about going into interviews is my hair. I would sometimes just take my hair out. No, but I could just get my hair done. But because I know I was going on an interview, I do take my braids down. I try to stay away from braids. I try to stay away from natural hairstyles, because I felt like that was going to deter me from getting the job that I get.
And it does. They're
gonna see that before you even open your mouth and say good morning. They're gonna see that. And don't get me started with color. Like if you got the braids with a little blonde streak or something in it, they really be looking at you like Shaquana. No, we ain't even here for it.
Nate want to play this clip real quick.
A referee at a high school wrestling match in New Jersey told a wrestler he had to cut his dreadlocks or forfeit the match. So with the clock ticking, That wrestler, a teenager, chose to let the team trainer cut his hair. But that video is now sparking outrage and questions about that ref's decision. Here's ABC's Lindsay Davis.
Discussed tonight over this video now circulating the internet of this moment of humiliation. New Jersey high school wrestler Andrew Johnson having his dreadlocks cut by a trainer before a match. He was forced to have his hair cut by a referee in order to compete or forfeit the match. It's standard for wrestlers with long hair to have the option to cover their heads, but the referee, Alan Maloney, would not allow it.
His hair has always been like that, so for them to now bring it up is out of line.
The Buena Superintendent of Schools releasing this statement today. The referee will no longer be permitted to officiate any contests that include any Buena Regional School District student athletes. Johnson's win, propelling his team to victory. But with a split lip and reluctant raise of his hand, he walks off the mat looking as if he'd just been defeated. Demands are growing for Maloney to be fired or punished. Neither Maloney nor Johnson responded to our request for comment.
Here's the thing for me. Where was the
That's right, Indira. He was out of order. But
where was his parents?
Right. But these instances are popping up all across the United States, where you see little girls going to school with their afros and their heads and their teachers combing their hair. Like, what? It is becoming...
So this young man, this was a public school. And this happened a number of years ago. And it goes back to what we were talking about before when we were talking about the educational system.
Yeah.
Black parents, be mindful of your ambition to make your child have all the resources that the white kids have. Because this has happened to me in high school and middle school, and it's called professional work appearance. And they normally college preparatory type schools, that happens. And you have to be mindful of sending your children here, because this then happens to you as adults, as Kay has said. This happens to us, and it's still happening to us, even though these bills are being passed.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just black women, it's black men too. That's why I chose that clip. And it is a horrible thing to have to go through. And somebody making fun of your hair. Right.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. That would embarrass me. I wouldn't even want to play no more. But honestly, I would have did the same thing he did. I'd have won that match just because y'all played. Y'all disrespectful.
But he's trying to get a scholarship. So him walking away is going to hurt him. But at the same time,
I still would have.
I blame the ref, but at the same time, I blame those parents that were in the stands. I blame those coaches.
I blame the coaches.
Nobody said anything.
The trainers.
Nobody said anything. Everybody allowed it to happen.
Right. You could have, and there are typically two referees at every game. There should have been something that was said, but because it was predominantly white people there, nobody said anything. And that happens to your black children every day in schools. Even some of these black public schools with principals who want to do things the white way. Black places want to do things the white way. They force your children to perform in these situations, and it's nasty and it's horrible. And being somebody that's been, we probably all have dealt with that in a school setting or work setting before. And it's embarrassing and it's very demeaning. And it was just the way that the teammates rallied around him after he won. He was going to win anyway.
Right.
I've been told my locks and my hair weren't professional. Yeah, I've been told that too.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. So here's my thing. If they made him cut his locks because his locks was too long, or it was just, it didn't go with the uniform.
Right.
What about a white boy that come in there with long hair?
And typically that's what happened. My hair was longer in high school, so you normally have to tie it in a top bun, and his hair was not long enough for it to hang off his shoulders. But for the white boys, they let them tie it in a bun. The Hispanic boys, they let them slick it back. And it's never anything said. Being somebody who's on a wrestling team, the basketball team, football team, there are rules within their guidelines about hair length and all those things, but there are ways around it. Just like in the Army, you have to.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to get into.
Right.
but and that rule is now a part of the army as well, because this
Yeah.
is I may do things to my hair to put it in a what is it called, a survival style or something
Yeah.
like that. But there are things that I could do to protect my hair, but it grows out of my head like this. You
Yeah.
know,
You and you can't
So
help that.
hmm
You can't help how your hair is. And there said they're right and white, and the discrimination isn't right. Yeah, the
yeah.
discrimination that even like she was saying about the head wrap. Even, I've been to places and workplaces where they're like, oh, you can't wear that unless it's for religious purposes, like, or you
Mhm.
can't wear it because it doesn't look professional. It's not like my little head wrap that's like cute and in the top for me is
So
gonna be a big difference to my work performance. And even with the
so
and I don't like when I mean most of the time when they jobs they're like, oh, you can't wear nothing but natural hair colors like black, red, and blonde. So if you want to go get green hair or purple hair or you want to get pink hair, you can't wear these things because it's unprofessional. Says
mhm.
who? Says who?
it's their standard. It's their
It's their
standard,
standard.
and
Yeah.
that's
But
why we have to
you
begin to
can't
create spaces for us.
but here's the thing,
Yeah.
like when Jessica went to private school, they always told her she couldn't dye her hair a certain color. She had to keep her
hmm
hair natural. But
Right.
I'm pretty she went to what was the school she went to? I can't remember the private school right there on Harford Road. I can't
On
remember the
Harper
private. It's
Road.
over there by the project.
On
It was
Harper
over there
Road
by
in
the project.
Chesterfield.
They closed it down. It, and
Oh
that,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't
I
remember
can't
the name. It was
remember the
all
By
name
the
of it.
girls.
by the project. What project?
It was an
But
all girls
she,
school, like right,
yeah,
like by is that Fells Point? It's in that
yeah,
area.
it was close to the area, yeah. So they told her, they used to tell her, because Jessica used to, get the sew-ins when she was in school. And they told her she couldn't wear, like if she came in there with like a color, like she had streaks or something in her hair. The same thing the white girls did at her school, because
With the
all them
little
damn white girls
Claire's
what
clip in
natural
that they used
blonde.
to have.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the white girls had the clip ins. Yeah.
Mm,
they told her she was always getting in trouble because she was wearing the
yeah,
little clip-ins. But I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because you every daggone white girl to go to that school hair ain't blonde. You can tell
yeah.
by the damn roots. All they
Yeah, of
hair
course
ain't blonde.
not.
So why does it
But to
matter
them,
for
it's a
her, but they
natural
not getting in
neutral
trouble?
color. It's
But
a
it's what,
natural neutral color.
but it's us being forced to conform. Even for me,
Yes.
I've had facial hair since the fourth grade, and I was forced to cut my sideburns a certain length, or the little peach fuzz I start having, and it wasn't so much that it was a problem, but that black men have facial hair just like
Black
white
men
men.
have facial
And
hair.
we can't just keep cutting ours off, because then we get ingrown hairs. So we have to
Yeah.
often let it grow out. And somebody who's had it since fourth grade, I understand completely. I've seen young ladies be sent to the principal office because they wore the same little Claire's clip in that the little white girls had. And it's
Hmm.
them policing us in terms of what we look like, because to them it's not professional.
Right.
I've had that, and they always have a label. It's proper work attire,
Proper work attire.
and
That's right.
it's business proper work attire, and that's
Right.
the standard that they do in a lot of these schools that are private. And now we
Mhm.
starting to see that in our public school system too, because they are forcing them to wear uniforms.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
understand the reason behind it, but we're not allowed to be our complete self. Where the
We're not
Hispanic
allowed to
boys
express
can come in
ourselves.
there with all that gel and gook in their hair, and the little white boys can come in there with their hair down past their shoulders. But when our black boys and girls come in there, we're always policed with our hairstyles and
Mhm.
our appearance, as if
Mhm.
we're dirty or not clean or something.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
one of the things with the military. I read, it was an article. It said in 2014, the United States Army instituted a strict written policy
Mm-hmm.
that restricted female soldiers from wearing most natural hairstyles, including
Yep.
twists, dreadlocks, afros, and braids while deployed.
Wow.
The policy went so far as to characterize these styles as terms, calling them matted or unkempt.
Mm-hmm.
The policy closed with a stark warning stating that those women who did not follow these guidelines will be forced to cut their styles or wear wigs. So they forcing them to wear wigs when they got hair. It said it did.
Yeah.
It said the policy was eliminated, though. It said it happened in 2014, but the policy was eventually eliminated.
Now, a lot of this stuff, it makes sense because, like in the services in general, if you're out in war, they don't want you nothing to separate you or make you a target.
But
But
the same thing,
it goes to a certain
yeah,
length because white
that's
women are allowed to put their hair back in a knot.
that's what I was
They're
getting
not
ready to
necessarily to
say.
cut their hair, but as black women, these things are protective styles, and quite a few of my friends who were in the service, this is what they've had to go through. All of them had to cut their hair or cut it really short, whereas though the white
But you
women were
don't
allowed to
have
keep their
to.
length and just knot it up.
But you don't have to. It's so many protective styles out there that you can put up underneath that hat without standing out. You don't have to. You shouldn't have to be
But
forced.
they just don't want it. They
I
don't want it.
They
understand.
don't want
I
it.
mean, just
It's like
look at
they restrict.
cornrows. Look at cornrows and braids. At one point, that was seen as a ghetto hairstyle. But soon
It
as
was.
white women start to wear it, then it
Soon as Kim
became
Kardashian started
fashion.
rocking her boxer
And that's
braids,
my
Right,
problem.
it became
And that's
fashion.
my problem
it
because
became
I'm tired
fashion.
of seeing that. I'm tired of her being a damn poster board for damn cornrows like she just
For black
invented
hair.
it.
For
Mhm.
black
Get
hair.
that shit
Like
out
she
of
just
there.
invented that shit.
Like
Yeah.
she just invented. We've been doing
Yeah.
it for years.
We've been
Or
doing it for
even
years.
I don't want to bash Beyonce, but even Beyonce, when she did the lemonade braids, I had lemonade braids when I was 2, 3, 4, 5.
But that was probably
Right.
even that style. That was probably something she had done in her real life. But
Chris.
for so long, she was forced to have a certain look
Yeah,
and
have a certain
appearance.
look.
And I think
I
since
feel like
then,
after that
we don't
Lemonade
hear
album,
about
her whole
Beyonce as
view
much.
changed. It's
Right.
like her whole view of everything has changed. The
But
way
look
she
how they're
wear
treating
her
her now.
hair. Yeah,
Look
look
how
how
they
they
treat
treat
her
her
now.
now.
Is she at the top?
Yeah.
I mean, we still know her to be the best performer right now. But if do we see her everywhere? No, because once she
No.
started showing her blackness, we
Once she
started
started being
criticizing her.
pro-black.
But then other people started criticizing her as well. The
Mhm.
industry started criticizing her.
That's
Yeah.
where it comes to. That's where it goes back
It's
to our
hard
community.
it's hard nowadays to be pro-black without people think you're being anti-white or
Right.
racist. It's not that. It's just that I'm proud of my culture. I'm proud of my heritage, where I come from. So in a way to express that may be in my hair, it may be in my clothing, it may be the way that I talk, it may be the way that I walk, the music I listen to.
Absolutely.
There's so many different ways that we can express ourselves and be proud of where we come from, but it's just so it's seen as, oh, you being pro-black, you only like black people. Like, no, that's not the case. And Dara said no, because when you begin to use your own thoughts in the industry, you are isolated. That is true.
But I like how this Black History Month, our conversations on this show has been not the quote unquote celebratory conversations. But
Yeah.
a lot of this stems from us. If we
A lot of
see
it
the
stems from
pride
us.
in ourselves, then they can't say just like the Jewish people. You
Nothing.
say something that is accurate, as in the case of Whoopi Goldberg, and you get shut down.
Yes.
With
You get
us,
shut down.
we don't do that. We don't jump to the defense
We don't jump.
of Monique.
Because
or
you know
Whoopi
why?
or-
Because people want to be so they want you to be so against it. It's like, most of the time when you jump at a defense of somebody, it's like, oh, you agree with that? Like, how could you agree with that?
Right.
Like, and it's like right is right and wrong is wrong. So it's
Yeah.
like, why would I not agree with what she said? And just to piggyback off of what she said, I can't change this. When I go outside, you're gonna know that I'm black. If
Yeah.
I was white, when I go out that door, you're not gonna know that I'm Jewish. You're not gonna know if I'm Irish. You're not gonna. I mean, it may be certain features, or maybe like how my name is, but other than that, I can walk out this door and you would not even know if I was Caucasian. You wouldn't even know what my religion is, what my background is. But when we walk out this door every fucking day when we wake up, we can't change the color of our skin.
Mhm.
We can't change this. So
Yeah.
for people to be like, oh, the Holocaust was bad, I'm not saying it wasn't bad. I get it. But y'all suffered for something that you could have changed. You could have changed your religion. I can't change the color of my skin.
Right.
I can't change that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
But
It
goes back
That's
to
a good
us
point.
and how we protect each other. You know, this whole system, like every other year, it's either a men's struggle or a woman's struggle, but they can't be in a struggle at the same
But it
time.
can't be in the struggle at the same
Right,
time.
and it's us. We
It's us.
set those trends, and we have to
I'm
stop
telling
doing
you.
that to each other where we're not protecting
Yes.
each other. We have to stop
It's
doing
the
it.
talking about the dumb shit. Like I said in like the last couple of shows. It's
Uh-huh.
talking about the dumb shit. We worried
Right.
about who going half on the bills. We worried about who doing this and who doing that. We got so much out here against us that we don't
Yes.
even want to look at the bigger picture. Like we looking out the window, it's so much shit. But we too busy fighting in the fucking house about dumb shit. We in the house fighting about dumb shit when there's so many
If
obstacles
we
out there
unite,
for us to get over.
if we unite the way we supposed to, if our communities come together, if our people come together, and families come together the way we supposed to, we can be some powerful motherfuckers.
But it's always going to be one. You know, all it takes is one. Like it only takes one person to just be like, I don't know, y'all. You know, everybody not going to agree. Everybody not going to come to terms with it, and everybody don't want to come to terms with it because some people don't think that these things exist. Some people don't think that these problems happen. They don't think that until it happens to them. That's when they then want to bring awareness to shit.
Monique just did another interview on the T.S. Madison show, and again, a round of comedians. I'm X everybody else out. A round of comedians, both men and women, black and white, said, "I hope she just shut up. I hope she just apologized to Oprah so she can get her life back together." Like if you're standing in a space where she has recordings where people are saying you were right, you know, you didn't do anything wrong, and yet we still tell her, "Girl, shut up and just take that little bit of money." And you know what I would have did with $500,000? The same thing she would have had to do, pay bills with it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and it when I get into any type of altercation with another black person, it really hurts me that we're having this disagreement because it's so easy for us to go left.
Right.
But when it goes to going the right way, is that's so foreign to us because we've been taught to separate ourselves and stand out and go over and cross over to the white territory and do the things that they would do.
Oh, we've been taught when we meet a good professional black person and we have a like mind in business, it's something wrong. Something
pick them apart.
Something ain't right. Yeah, we gotta pick them apart. We gotta dissect them and see. I don't know, and then we're gonna eventually find something that I don't like the way she move her hands when she talk. I don't like the way she sit down when she, you know. We're gonna find something. We're gonna find stupid shit to just be like, I'm gonna have to distance myself from that. But it's so many powerful black business owners out here. If we would just band together and do the damn thing and help each other. Man, that shit would be crazy.
Well, look, and we see examples of that. Look at how we support the NFL. We could not sit out of football games for one season. The bus boycott in Montgomery, that shit took over a year. But we could not sit out for one season.
The boycott on the NFL did not last the season.
It lasted one Sunday.
One fucking Sunday.
That was it.
One
It's amazing to me.
The boycott on Gucci, where everybody, all the celebrities was talking about not wearing.
I'm not getting rid of my Gucci. I'm not getting rid of my Old Navy. I'm not getting rid of my American Apparel. I'm not doing that. No.
The boycott on Gucci lasted a week. And even when Jim Jones went in there like 2 weeks ago, Jim Jones went to Gucci 2 weeks ago, and he was having a problem in Gucci, and it was like, I'm like, well, you're recording the situation, like you're not gonna go back though.
But what he really did was advertise them. He gave them free advertising.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
Here's what y'all don't understand though. By going and continuously going to these stores, we have so many. I go on Etsy. I go, to the boutiques. We have so
many. She's a mom. She's such a mom. I'm good at Etsy.
We have so many black Oh, so many Black-owned businesses with like nice clothing lines. They have nice, decent clothes. A lot of them are handmade,
Listen,
and I
But they're
like them.
on white. Where
but
are
that's
they? They're in white platforms.
yeah,
You know, Etsy.
and
As a
also
person that's getting out of Etsy, they'll still put
That's true.
our listings down at the bottom.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I do
And
see
even
that. That's
still,
true. You're right.
Black people, I'm just gonna say this. I love y'all to death, but we some label whores. We are label whores. If you ain't rocking
Definitely.
Gucci, Fendi, Louis, Prada, Dior, it's like, who are you? What you got on?
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
who are you? What's that?
Definitely.
That's the first thing they gonna ask. What's that? Where
Definitely.
where them shoes come from? You know, I've been
Definitely.
victim to that quite a few times. It was like, oh, I'm going somewhere. I want to put on my high fashion, but it's like I don't mind being Black and in luxury. That we gotta also normalize that too. Black people in luxury. However, we gotta also normalize the fact that you can also support other Black businesses that give luxury items as well.
Absolutely.
And then hold up, let me rephrase that as well. Just because I'm not wearing it, don't mean I don't have it or I can't afford it. We gotta stop doing that to each
True.
other. Because we can rock.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna look at you because you got on Prada, and you looking at me. I got on some little H&M shirts and some little jeans or
It's
whatever.
my
You looking
choice.
at me
It's
like,
my
oh, you
it's
broke.
my choice.
But
Yeah.
that's still a brand's name. We've made
Yeah,
that
still a
we've
brand
made
name.
that phrase seem so exclusive, and only a certain brands can be a part of that phrasing. But everything is a brand. If I put a pair of earrings together and put my logo on it, that's my
That's
brand
your
name.
brand.
That's
You
true.
know, we have to stop being
Yeah.
so exclusive. We did that to most of our Black clothing brands.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We
Mhm.
did.
I
We do a
like
lot of detriment to ourselves. Like it's the way that we carry ourselves and that we look at ourselves. Like we gotta stop. Like for real. This Black History Month has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I was
Right.
telling my mom this like a couple weeks ago. Like I'm becoming so more aware of
Where?
me.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
being more aware of my color. I'm being more aware of my people. Like I'm so
More
proud to be
conscientious.
Black. I'm so proud to be Black. Like I couldn't imagine being nothing else if I wasn't Black. You know,
But
and
there are people who may be connected to you, related
mhm.
to you in your friend circles that feel the exact opposite.
Yeah,
You're going to be anything but Black, anything but colored, anything but ghetto, anything but what the white man has told them to be. And they're so
mhm.
comfortable
And
and
so
code
comfortable.
switching. And I'm laughing at what Kay said about her Caucasian wig, because that was something that, you know, I grew up hearing people code switch. As soon as somebody,
Yeah.
a white person on the phone, their voice changed,
Hello.
they
Hello.
sit
Yeah,
up
this
a
is
little bit
Kate.
straighter. And it was something I used to call it the white lady voice. That's your white lady voice.
Yeah, that's your white lady voice. We all call
People
it
really
that.
used to say
I
that
still
to
call it that.
me.
I still call it that. I was like code
She
switching. When
sure
I
did.
heard code switching,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, y'all talking about the white woman voice. When I began to look
Yeah.
into me, I could see I can see other people differently now. I look at how
Mhm.
people feel so much, and this one part resonates with me. They want to take our culture, but they don't want our struggle. They don't want our struggle, but they want to be like us. They want
Right.
everything we got, but they don't want to take that struggle. They don't want to take that.
No,
Mm-mm.
It's
no.
the for me it's the ghetto white, the ones that think they acting like us. They talk and they move and they dress and they think they acting like us.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The Jews.
a lot of
The
these,
Jews.
a lot of these go in. Shut up. A lot of these Instagram these TikTok creators, these Facebookers, they are these, and especially no offense to the LGBT community, but especially the white gays. The white gays and how they portraying to be a Black woman is killing me. Okay, they be on there like, girl, standing like, cause girl, bitch, I'm here, girl, like that. I don't like.
And
I
it's
don't
people
like
that
that.
applaud them. Those
Yeah,
same celebrities that we love and we talk about, those are the same ones that go to them to get their makeup done, and go to them
yeah,
to be their
yeah.
stylists, and go to them to be their creative directors. And they
Mm-hmm.
overlook the Black ones because we don't. I mean, in many cases, we have not went to school for things because things are naturally in us.
Yeah.
And they look at that as like a barrier between us. But that's
Mm-hmm.
why I push higher education. I push, getting your shit down on paper.
Get your shit on paper.
Your paper don't mean anything compared to your talent. But get that piece of paper so they have
But get
no
that piece of
excuse.
paper.
And then we have to, and not only that, but this becoming more collective. It just saddens me the amount of arguments I've had recently, or disagreements, or just how I've seen people.
Yeah,
The event that we're doing
hips,
tonight,
lips, and butts.
the event Black to the Future that we're doing tonight. The purpose of that is because over the course, simply just in general, but really over the course of this pandemic, with all the new businesses starting, the Black businesses starting, I've seen a level of rudeness and disrespect from business owners that I've never seen before. And it's always been bad customer service, but I've seen it. And y'all know where City Cafe was? Down in Mount Vernon. A lot of the white establishments that used to be, they're now being owned by Black people now.
Mm-hmm.
So our own businesses, just alone, places like Atlanta, has risen.
You know what, Nate? You are absolutely right, because I'm just sitting here as you saying that. I'm thinking about a situation that happened when I went to the mall. So I told you, White Marsh, they got a lot of African American girls are opening up the pop-up boutiques. They got all Black. They got a Black owned hair beauty supply store. It's a couple of things that in the different malls and stuff now. Even I told you I went to East Point, even though y'all laughed at me with East Point, and they had,
I didn't know that was still a mall.
Girl, it's a mall for people to walk around like, who the fuck goes there? That's like saying
listen,
mall. Like,
they had the closest Burlington. David needed a coat. I had to go get him a coat. They had the closest Burlington.
Nate,
he got a decent coat.
I think they're trying to turn that into what they did to Westview.
Yeah.
So it's more of a outside mall, because it's slowly turning into. I think they're some of the bigger stores have turned into event spaces.
Event spaces, yeah.
But what I wanted to say was, like, so when I went into like, let's say Aeropostale. If I go in Aeropostale, if I went,
why are you going to Aeropostale?
I don't go into Aeropostale. I'm just making an example.
Okay, I was just wondering why. I was asking.
If you go into like,
do they even have an Aeropostale?
No, that's what I said. I'm just making an example.
It's one out of Rundle, but I haven't heard that name.
It's one still like White Marsh too, ain't it?
No,
it probably is.
I think White Marsh. Yeah, it is Aeropostale. You're right. I thought it was Abercrombie and Fitch. It's Aeropostale, but
they
like
all the same thing.
Right, but if you go in them stores, like if you go in Gap, and if you go in Victoria's Secret at White Marsh, as soon as you walk in there, what's the first thing they say? They greet you, right? They greet you. Somebody standing there. Somebody asks you, "Do you need any help? Do you need assistance?" In the same day that I went in and out of the stores, I went in the pop-up shops and the Black-owned stores. I walked in there. I don't know how many damn girls was sitting in there, and they like this. They ain't even say nothing to me.
They might be the owner.
But you can still speak. It's called good customer service. If you want somebody to come back to your business, at least acknowledge me. You sitting there. To me, you know what it made me feel like? Because one of the
I only want you here anyway. Right. Why you here?
Right. That's exactly what it made me feel like. It made me feel like, girl, you ain't buying nothing. That's what it made me feel like. And I walked back out.
That's why they went out White Marsh.
You turned me off. So now I'm really not buying shit.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly how I felt. I felt like, no, you know what? I'm not even doing it. Not today.
Yeah. And Dara said they purchased our hips, our butts, and yet never had the struggle of what we had carried. Yeah. To be a Black woman. Oh, I can't take it.
You know my problem is African American men. Y'all African American men that be on this damn Instagram liking these fake ass white girl butts and the damn white girls twerking, the mixed girls twerking, the girls that's not of African American nationality that are sitting here and they out here with these big old butts and they doing the lips and they doing all this stuff and y'all giving them likes, but the same the African American girls can come on there and they can be beautiful, have their makeup done they face be just as beat, they have their locks up done good, they be just as cute. That's
the shit that I be saying. The same thing that y'all down black women for. Y'all to go fuck with a white woman that got the same shit. Y'all to go fuck with the white woman that got the same shit. Y'all be like, oh, I don't want no black woman that got fake hair. What the fuck you think white women wearing? Fake hair. These bitches hair not real. They wearing clip-ins. They wearing tracks. They doing all that. They doing all that. So the same shit. I'm like, oh, I don't want no black woman that ain't natural. Y'all to go fuck with a whole white girl with a fake ass butt, a fake ass titties, fake ass hair, fucking lashes, and all that shit. And y'all talk about black women. That shit be killing me. Like I hate to hear black men talk about black women like that. If you want to date outside your race, go do that. But don't discourage.
Don't bash us or say, oh, like I've heard people say, like, I won't date black girls because they head stink, because they do the white girls head stink too.
Me.
White girls head stink.
Them bitches gotta wash their hair every day. Because if they don't, they'll get lice.
It's some white girls that I've met that smells.
And let me not be just exclusive to white women. Y'all do this with Puerto Rican women. Y'all will choose everything other than a black woman. Not saying that you have to date exclusively to black women, but don't be out here dating outside your race and then talking about black women and go date outside your race and date a woman who mimics a black woman. Don't do that. You're dating outside your race just to go get a female who is trying to mimic and be like us, but you don't like us. Another thing, because I'm about to go in real quick.
Go ahead.
It kills me when y'all be like, oh, I don't like no single mother. What the fuck? Half of these white women is single mothers. I don't like no ghetto shit. Your mother said, my problem is them selling us back our food that we created. Yes.
Calling it soul food.
Calling it soul food. Mm-hmm.
Cut it out.
It's becoming a problem. Like, it's really starting to grind my gears just when I hear black men down black women. Like, listen, ain't nothing in this world better than a black woman. And I'm going to say that out my own mouth. Ain't nothing in this world better than a black woman. I joke a lot about dating outside my race, but I can't see myself dating somebody that's not a black man.
Even if you date outside your race, it's not a problem with dating outside your race. I'm gonna say
there's no problem with it. I just can't
dating outside your race. Even if you dating outside your race, don't make that person, like if you dating a white girl or you dating a Puerto Rican girl, don't make that person feel like
they're superior to a black woman.
Exactly what I was getting ready to say. Exactly.
Don't make them feel like they're superior to us.
On a higher pedestal.
We're just as educated. And that's another thing that the conversation that me, you, and the lady had.
That's what I was going to bring up.
We was talking about how, a black woman and a black man to be on the same level, then he'll get the black woman pregnant and she has to crush her dreams to build him up. And now that he's up here and she's still here because of their choice, it's like, now, oh, you're not on my level. So what you gonna do? You gonna get a mediocre white woman because you think she's better than a black woman when she's really on an equal level playing field, and she didn't even got what I had. But because she's of a different color and she's not black, she's not a black woman, you feeling like, oh, you won, you up one. How?
That's because she probably but you got to think about it from this aspect. She ain't have she didn't have that same struggle that the woman that you started off with had. She might not have the kid. She might just got a damn puppy named Boo Boo. And that's all she goddamn had. It's a puppy named Boo Boo and a couple of damn college loans. Get out of here.
It's mind-boggling to me. Like, it blows me sometimes to where though we just be. I don't like the way society look at us, and I say it all the time. We got so much shit that we gotta worry about in these outside forces that we sitting there creating unnecessary drama for ourselves.
Let me explain something to you. I go outside every day, even if I'm running to the store and I got on sweatpants. I go outside every day, get in my car, and I swear up and down, I think I am the shiz naive. I'm still working on my degree. No, I do not have a degree. I'm still working on my degree. I don't have the dream job that I want right now, but I'm working towards it. Well, I did because I
That's
got
right.
2 businesses of my own. Hold on, let me backtrack.
You are a
But
business owner, darling.
yes,
You
but
are
I
the lady of
still
business.
walk out that damn door
With
as
my
on
my
the
head held
same
high.
level as
On the
that daggone
same level.
that daggone white woman that be in the boardroom or that damn white lawyer. I walk out there the same damn way, and they don't,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel like I'm less than them, or I feel like, oh, let me just damn myself, bitch. I'm the
Yeah.
shit. I hate to say it, man. I'm sorry for cursing because you told me not to, but I'm the shit. Let me just tell you.
Your mama told you not to cuss?
So we start cursing.
When? She told you, oh, listen, I
I
can't help but to cuss. That's my second language.
know. I told her that.
I'm very fluid in the cursing. And I'm trying to stop y'all, but I swear, I'm very fluid in cussing.
Listen.
I know I'm very fluid. I be talking to people and they be like, dang, girl, listen, I can't help it. It's just a part of my language. You know, it's like, she can cuss.
Right.
I can cuss. Listen, I'm gonna use my curse words. The degree doesn't make you greater. It's the you that makes you greater. And I want people to stop thinking that like, oh, she ain't got no degree or he ain't got no degree. I can't fuck with him. Like, it's so many business owners and so many people out here doing the damn thing with no damn degree. There's so many people out here with no degree. But they doing it. They getting it. You know, that degree doesn't make you why it does. It does give you a better feel for yourself and make you feel better. Mm-hmm. But that degree don't make you. I work with many educated idiots.
I agree with that.
Idiots. Listen.
I definitely agree with that. It does not make you, but everybody can't take the fast route. Everybody some people need to sit their ass down in the classroom and learn something. Some people need and even if it's just a course to show you how to do certain things so you don't have to take we love as Black people to just wear that badge of the hard knock life. I learned things the hard
the struggle
way. It doesn't always have to be that way though. And I'm not saying school is for everybody, but try it. Try it. Maybe you won't default on your taxes. Maybe you won't, have no customers for the first year. Just try something different.
For me, getting a degree, it's not to make me feel like I'm fitting in. For me, it's my own personal accomplishment. That's why I'm working towards my degree. It's a personal accomplishment to show me that I actually was able to do it.
As you should.
It's for you. It's not for you to fit into white America or the standards of white America. But you really have to figure out what that looks like for you and what that means for you. Because we don't have to continue to do everything the hard way. I swear that's the only way we know how to do it.
That's all.
We
love
figure it out as we go along.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that Angie said. Don't work hard, work smart.
Yeah, okay, Angie, you gotta drop them jewels down.
Don't work hard, work smart.
And it's so crazy to see like how we are willing to just deal with the bare minimum and just be like, it's hard out here. You ain't trying.
Right.
Nothing. There's so many people that want to just deal with the bare minimum or give the bare minimum and have the bare minimum.
The other thing for us, when you talk about giving the bare minimum or doing the bare minimum, the other thing for us is stop thinking that you owed something.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, African American, to a certain extent, us African Americans, we went through a struggle. But stop acting like you will owe something. You still got to work to some extent. You still have to work to some extent.
Everything
you don't have to
ain't always the white man's fault.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Hold me back. Everything
That's
is the
what
white
I'm
man's
trying
fault.
to get to. That's exactly.
Sometimes you got to be like, you know what? I fucked that up. I knew I had a job that I can't
accountability,
and I've been smoking weed for 3 days, and now they about to drug test me. It's not my problem. That's not their problem. That's your problem. We gotta hold each other accountable.
Accountability, girl.
That's what I heard. Accountable.
I have a lot of family members from Eastern Shore, from like the countryest part of Eastern Shore. And I swear that's all you hear out of them. Them crackers, them crackers. They don't do nothing. Them crackers don't do nothing but hold you back. Let's
Them crackers holding up there.
reevaluate
Never
your
mind the fact that
situation.
never mind the fact that you're a crackhead and you can't hold a decent job.
Well, you know what? For certain age groups,
No, they my age.
we can't we can't ignore the fact. I mean, I'm just saying most of them over 50. I'll say over 50 or 45.
Yeah.
You cannot disregard that there has been an oppressive foot on their necks, especially if they're in the South. They still, most of them are still living in the South.
That's
and
true.
we have more systematic racism here. They got more. I'm gonna hang my flag in my fucking front yard racism, and down the South. But it's still, I feel bad for people over a certain age because it's just in them to hate white people. It's just in them.
That's
or
true.
to pacify white people. It's
That's
just
true.
in them. And
That's
we have
true.
I think in our generation, well, I don't think I'm as old as y'all are, but but I think I'm just saying it is really within us.
Give me your year. Give me your year.
I'm
He's older than us. Must be
He's gonna say I'm good.
But I just think it's within us to have that privilege. We have a privilege right now where we don't have to think like that. I just interviewed a young man yesterday on my show. He is from Switzerland. He was born in Switzerland. His parents are from Congo and Nigeria.
Ooh.
In Switzerland, he has
the guy you was talking to yesterday. I watched
and he has the luxury of sometimes forgetting that he's black. But at some point, he's reminded that he's black. And Switzerland is the space where Oprah told the story when she went into the boutique. They didn't think she could afford the purse.
Yeah, they didn't know who she was.
Have it there. It's just it's so deeply covered that it's not like in your face. So he has the luxury of forgetting that he's black sometimes. And I told him, in America, we can't forget that shit. As much as we pretend, and we can change our voices and our cadence and how we speak, but we are reminded on a daily basis that you're black.
Right.
And some people just don't get that. But I think young people forget that they have a privilege now where they don't have to deal with it in your face. You still get beat up by the police or stopped or profiled, but it's not like our parents had to deal with it.
Right.
My mother went to a segregated high school, so it was just that recent. Yeah, she couldn't go to Douglas.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah,
she couldn't go to Douglas because Douglas was a white school.
But look at Douglas now.
Look at Douglas now.
Right.
Look at Douglas now.
Right.
Having sex tapes being made in the hallways, fights.
Honey, talk about it.
For me, the biggest thing for me is to have kids that are still young that have to grow up and deal with this stuff even when I'm not here. That's the scariest thing to think about. That frustrates me every day.
Again?
Just to have kids that have to deal with these type of issues even when I'm not here.
Oh, yeah.
It really frustrates me. That's something that plays in my head all the time. Like, I hope they never have to go through this. I hope they never have to go through this. I hope they never have to go through this. Especially now we're seeing so much police brutality and stuff like that. Like now, David is 13. He got a couple more years to drive, but he want a nice car. He want a sports car. He want a Dodge Charger. He wants a nice car. And it's like, one way I feel like, because he, straight A student. So in a way, I know that I want to give it to him because I know he will deserve to get it. But then on my other side, it's like, I don't want you getting pulled over because they feel like you shouldn't be in that car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you just have conversations with them, they may not recognize the discrimination that they have had. And you just don't know. Remember those photos that came up where all the white children were sitting, I think it was like a pre-K class, all the white children were sitting at one table.
And then they had all the black kids sitting at
another table. And it'd be little microaggressions like that.
Little microaggressions like that.
You don't. They don't say nothing to your child. They don't do nothing.
Yeah,
that is how
I kind of deal with that on a daily basis at work. Really? Like, you know, I love my lashes. Like, and I have y'all seen my pack.
Yeah, her favorite thing. Let me hold some for the night.
So you know,
are they heavy? But are they heavy though?
They're not heavy. They're not heavy at all.
Okay.
So y'all know I take my pack of lashes. I take my little pack to work and I put my lashes on. And this Caucasian guy who sits like who has like 2 offices down from me, he'll come by and he's like, "Oh, I thought those was caterpillars on your desk. I didn't know they were your eyelash." So every day now, I am like the only. Yeah, I am like the only like young black girl in my department, right? I work with a bunch of older Caucasian people. Anyway, so every day now they're like, "Oh, Crystal has her caterpillars. Crystal got her caterpillars today." Like what? Like I be like,
"Right." You don't say nothing.
I be like, "They're lashes," but okay.
That's like a lot in you.
Yeah, you know me. You know me now. You know me. They be like, "Oh, Crystal, you have your caterpillars today?" Some of the women be like, "Oh my God, I love," you know, a couple of the women there, they'll come up to me like, "I just love your lashes. I just love the way you look in them." I'm like, "Okay, cool." But
that's them being uncomfortable. Some of them though is being uncomfortable because they don't know what to say. I'm just gonna put that out there. They don't know what to say. They want to say something.
You know, on Monday I might wear these, and then on Tuesday I might not feel like putting no damn lashes on. So I might be, my eyes gonna be naked. So it's like you don't know how to take me day to day.
Not naked though.
Naked.
Her eyelashes are dramatic, so I can.
I know. Maybe because sometimes I don't outwardly stare, but when I see women with those lashes on, I just stare because I'm like.
Now I don't feel like they are like out there, but there are some people who wear them like full.
Well, you can't even see their eyes.
Well, you can't even see their eyes.
When they be on,
my dramatic lashes. I like my little
look. You know, when they be on Instagram like this,
eyes be
red.
Eyes be red. Like they're all that damn glue in them eyes.
Yeah, I don't mean to be rude because my mother definitely told me not to stare, but I just am amazed when I
love
see
my
lashes that long. I just be like, I wonder if her eyes are heavy.
They are not. They feel so real. Like it's just so. It's like a. I don't know how to say it. I love them though.
But it's when they wear them in the oddest places, like. It might be the cashier at McDonald's or just the bus driver. Or, like it's when it's not typically you typically see them when someone's like doing theater. That's why I know them to be used. But when I see like, hey, how you doing? You like it?
And Dara said, yes, this is scary for me to have a 24-year-old son, a 17-year-old son, and a 20-year-old daughter in a world full of hatred. Yeah, I fear that every day. Jalen is now driving, and he's out late at night. And some nights, and not only do I have to worry about this city, I worry about the police. He got stopped a few months ago, like last year sometime. By the police, and it was like, oh, he was this and that and the third, and it was like, really, it was like a car full of friends. It's not like a big car full of friends. It's like, you know, him and 3 other friends were in the car, and they were, you know, doing what teenagers do. They're gonna blast their music, you know, whatever. He doesn't speed, but it was just like, oh, I saw him in this car, and I ran the name on the car, and it didn't match him. And I'm like, well,
why you ran the name?
Like, you know, it's just like a whole big mess. But like, you know, I'm like, listen, Jalen said, from the moment we got in the car, the man was profiling us and following us. He's been following us for the last couple of blocks. And it was just so weird. It was just so weird. She said, I think they fit your eyes. And they do. And y'all know I naturally have big eyes anyway. My eyes are naturally big. So when I put these on, I do feel like they make them bigger, but I do feel like they make them stand out. They make them pop. I've always been self-conscious about my eyes in general. I mean, it's no secret that I suffer from low self-esteem. So for me, this makes me, it enhances my beauty. It makes me feel good about myself. It does something to me. So it's like
I never knew
I'm
that.
coming now. I'm coming now into fruition of who I am and what I like to do and things, how I like to look. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, this is a part of how I like to look. You
I never
know,
knew that. The way we used to be in the bars and the clubs, I never knew that. I thought she was cute because I was cute, so I thought she was feeling the same. I thought we were feeling the same thing because I was sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm cute.
But that shows you that just shows you, someone's outward personality
That's
doesn't
true.
necessarily match their inward
hmm
personality, and we have to be
hmm
mindful of that within our own culture. And
That's
I'm
yeah,
true.
finding that, but at the same time, we have to begin to fix those things. We can't
we
just
have to begin to fix those things.
because it
Yeah,
becomes a argument fixture in our life,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that typically isn't a problem. But because we have that issue, we then create issues with other people based on our
yeah.
insecurities and our fears and then
Insecure,
our
yeah,
traumas.
yeah. We definitely we need to start more so in the black. Cause I've always told you that and you have always told me that. And we have to in the black community start uplifting each other. We gotta stop looking at how like, oh, cause she ain't got a Brazilian going down her back and she just got locks and she ain't pretty. We gotta stop. Just and for a while, y'all know I used to have my hair cut off, like low cut Caesar. You know what I'm saying? I used to have that for what, like 10 years,
You did,
and
but
a
it
lot of
fit.
the men, it fit me. It fit me, and I loved it because it was so easy. Brush, brush, brush.
Because
Go.
everybody don't have that around here. Everybody don't
Yeah.
have that. They
We
don't
used to talk about it. I would redirect your words with information. You sure did. All the time. She knows. And Dara knows the struggle. I have definitely come a long way from what I used to be like. It's still an everyday struggle. I struggle with it all the time. Some days are better than the others. Some days I full blown just, whatever. But we have
but
to
you're
start.
dealing with it. You're
But
dealing
I'm
with
dealing with it. I'm coping.
it.
I'm coping.
Hmm.
I'm coping with it. I don't know if I will truly ever like not have to deal with it ever again. I
Well, we're
would
not gonna
love
go
to,
backwards. We're not gonna go
but we're not
backwards.
gonna go backwards.
You said we're not gonna go
We're just
back.
going forward.
Well, that's like I had a conversation with my father, with my biological father yesterday, and he was just giving me, like some tips on, doing the show and stuff. He was like, maybe you want to dress up a little bit more. Y'all look too comfortable. And
Come on, Dad,
that's
for the
right.
pointing.
My
Come
father
through,
is
Dad.
my father a rapper. He's a well-known rapper. So to him, it's like if I'm posting my daughter, I need you to look like something. That's just him.
Yeah,
He just
Yeah,
yeah.
showed
rapper.
me.
Why hasn't he been on the show yet?
We gotta
That's
ask
another
Dad.
thing. But anyway,
Barshawn, what's going on, Barshawn?
that's another. I have to tell y'all that behind the scenes because I want, but I want to bet you, but but like one of the things he was telling me, he was like, won't you dress up a little bit more? You be dressed to death, you be wearing
He
hoodies and
said,
stuff. I be
clean
like,
yourself up, son, young lady.
it's
Clean.
early in the morning.
You got a show to run, sweetie.
Yes, it is too early in the
It
morning.
makes you feel a
It makes
certain
you
type
feel
of
good.
way.
It does. It
Because
does.
But
It
that's
I'm
what
really
he
in
does.
work
asked me.
mode. I'm in work mode throughout the week, but the days that I do my show, especially now that the camera's in your face all day,
Yeah, that's what he
it
was
just
saying.
even when I was home, I may not have put any pants on throughout the pandemic, but I
Uh,
definitely made sure I shaved. I mean, I had shorts on, but I
Oh,
didn't put any
oh.
pants on. But
Oh.
I'll have sweatpants on, but
Look.
at the top, I would make sure I would get up like I was as a teacher and get dressed and sit in front of the
Mhm.
camera because it just
yeah,
makes you feel a certain kind of
you
way. You
right.
sit
You
up
right.
straight, like you
Yeah,
ain't
you
been
sit up straight.
slouching or
You feel good
anything.
about yourself. You
Yeah.
feel
You're
amazing.
right. You're right. But
You
one of the
are,
other
yeah.
things that he was asking me, he was like, have you ever considered getting your tooth fixed? Y'all know I don't care about my tooth. I be talking on here all the time. Because my tooth has been like this forever.
Yeah.
Like, well, not
Yeah.
forever, but I felt when we was like, what, 12, 11, I fell and I just chose not to get it fixed. I hate needles. I'm scared of dentists. I'm going to say it. I hate needles. I don't like them. I don't want no parts of it. But he asked me, he was like, you ever consider that? He said, because now, it's a big thing. He said, look at Nas. It's a big thing. It's not an issue to get your teeth fixed, to have your teeth messed up one day and then get it fixed the next day because it's common
Yeah.
now. And I said, well, I looked into it last year, but like I said, they was talking about, oh, we got to shave it down and we got to take. I'm like, oh no, you're talking about too much now. I'm scared again. I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you. So I'm in the middle of dental surgery myself, and because of my experience as a child, I had I'm not saying all Jamaicans, but sometimes, other cultures don't have bedside manner like we practice here. So he was, I remember him being this big Jamaican guy with a really thick accent, and he was really rough in my mouth. And I was probably like 5 or 6. And my problem was my baby teeth never fell out. So I had to get all of my baby teeth taken out. And I remember him being so rough. And I said, when I get old, I'm not going to the dentist. And I've had pretty good teeth up until this point, and then the pandemic happened, and I don't know what the hell happened to my teeth, but it changed. And I think it was just, eating and snacking and not paying attention, and things, as you get older, they change and they move.
Yeah, that's true.
And once I got my wisdom teeth taken out, it was they just said, we're gonna have a party here. We're gonna do what we want. But I realized it doesn't hurt as much because it took me years. My wisdom teeth, all 4 of them, have fully grown out to the point where it was nothing for them to take my wisdom teeth out, and I was so scared. So I'm just saying, just ask for medication, and you're not gonna feel it. You're gonna feel a little pricks when they're giving it to you, but after a while,
you're not gonna feel it. Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna try.
As a person who is scared of needles, I can tell you that's true. It's a little
But yeah, he was saying, he was like, I would, especially if you're gonna be in the spotlight and you're gonna be on camera, I would look back into it. But I've never had I guess it never bothered me because I never had a problem with guys talking to me. I've never been self-conscious like Crystal. No. I've never been self-conscious about my teeth.
And we are the total opposite.
Never. I've never even thought about it.
Get it done for you, though.
Got to go.
Make sure you're getting it done for you. You don't want to start that process of, well, people have said, and I think that I should make sure you're getting it done for you. Your teeth health is very important. And I'm learning that now later in life.
Yeah, me too, later in life.
And I wish I have.
Well, that's said I am going to get me a new set. You better get you a new set.
I guess one of the other biggest things is the last 3 years has been a cheat because we got to wear masks. So that's when it really just was like,
now we got to take these masks off, baby. I want to see the real you.
Yeah, so David said something about that was so funny. He said these masks be tricking people because this one girl came to work and she took her mask off and had a cartoon face.
Yeah. I can say that I've seen some scary situations where you're like, oh, they got some really pretty eyes.
Right?
I worked with this person. I did Instacart for like a couple months, and I used to work with this person who had we always had our mask on, and I remember he took that mask off one day, and I was like, oh, boy, put the
reflection. Instantly
it wasn't. But you just, when you in the pandemic, if you started a job, you probably don't know what each other look like.
You don't
because everybody's had on that mask. And we was outside talking one day, and I remember I was like, "Oh, put the mask." I said out loud, but
look,
it probably was on my face though, because he did put his mask.
It was. I would great say that.
But it just was so. It was because I didn't realize, like, if you got hired during the pandemic, you may not know what the other.
You may not know what the.
Let's stop talking to each other during the pandemic unless you're online talking without.
And Derek said, "Go get them done. It's time now. Yeah, girl, it's time to get these mouths together. It's time. I like braces, so I'm thinking about braces because I want this gap gone.
That's what I want to see. The bottom teeth, my bottom teeth are starting to overcrowd. So now that I'm older, that's why I looked into it, last year, because now that I'm older, I'm like, okay. And then my daughter is the one. She will come. She'll be like, "Mommy, let me see the broken one." Like, get the hell out of my face.
Children are so honest. They are so honest.
Children are so brutal. Why do they have to be so brutal?
But it's for me though. Like he said it, but I honestly I went last year
How
to
did
look
she look,
into it.
Indira? Did she look different? I don't know. I don't know if I'm
She
gonna
gonna
look
look
different.
different.
It's not. I mean, it will look different to you
It's a
in the
whole parking lot
beginning,
in my mouth, baby. I want to get this thing shut down.
but you have to wear that retainer because
Uh-huh.
often if you don't wear your retainer with a gap, it will open back up.
Really?
So you
So
have
you
to
gotta
make
wear it
Oh,
sure you.
forever?
You don't have to wear it forever,
Oh.
but you typically have to wear it like when you sleep
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes during the day. But you have to wear it for quite some time. Like especially the wider your gap is, it
Yeah.
may not. It'll close up. But if you stop wearing that retainer, that's what happened to me. My
and
gap
a,
opened back up.
and another problem that I have is I suck my tongue. Like I tongue thrust. So for me, I have an overbite a little bit because I've been doing it all my life. I've been doing it for 36 years. So I'll sit here sometimes
And
and shut
twist
up,
my damn hair
twist my
and
hair,
do
and I've
this.
You
been
suck your
blowing
thumb.
the sound. Like, yeah, suck my tongue. So it's like I don't want to. It's like I know the braces. I'm not going to be able to do that no more. I'm not going to be able because it's going to push my teeth out. It pushes my teeth out. So I don't know. I don't know.
Let's
I'm
go
thinking about
together.
it. Like,
Put your
it's
hand
like
out. Let's go together. Put your hand out. Let's go
no.
together.
It don't. I've had braces. They're very uncomfortable, but only when you get them tightened up is
Tightened
the
up,
most
yeah.
uncomfortable part.
Yeah.
No.
But they
All
get
right.
looser as the time between your visits.
Yeah, and
They
there,
do get looser.
But
and
hold
there's
on.
it's
I
an
forgot.
anxiety trait, the tongue sucking and the hair fiddle. Listen, it is. You don't understand. Like I told my old supervisor this one time. She like, why do you do that? And I'm like, it calms me down. Like I be so calm. Like
Won't you try
I
the
be
rings
in the
that my mother
zone.
bought me? The
I
anxiety
like this.
rings that my mother bought me. Remember I showed you the anxiety rings when I came in the studio last time? Won't you try them? Because it makes me fiddle with my fingers because I got anxiety too. So it makes me fiddle with. So when I'm down here, y'all can't even see my fingers, but I'm down here like this.
But I don't know. I've been doing it all my life. I can't help it. Like I've been sucking my tongue since I came out the womb, and I'm 36 and I still do it now.
But listen, while we have a platform on that, back to that dentist note, the second reason why I ain't go back to that dentist is because it was a very weird experience for me. They took me in.
How?
They took me in. I'm gonna tell you. So they took me to the back. So I went to the one in White Marsh. Just one in White Marsh that I went to. Took my insurance. So they called me. They took me to the back. They walked me around. They walked me around the building like I was in orientation, about to start working. They walked me past every room, the receptionist, all the dentist offices, and was like, okay, and this is so-and-so, and this is our receptionist, Renee and
I don't work
Sean,
here.
and this is where we make the teeth, and then this is where we do our exam runs.
Maybe they were trying to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, that sounds like they were just trying to make you comfortable, and because
That
they probably
did
knew,
not.
they're probably following the protocol. And
That-
some people they know black people, we don't
go to doctors. We don't do
Right.
shit. We don't get our teeth fixed. We don't do
But
So
nothing.
that
they
sounds like they were just trying to show you the process.
Let's go.
But
Come
they
over here and
didn't
get
do
some veneers.
anything. I went there, paid my copay, and they ain't do nothing. She set me in a chair. The man said, all right, I'm going to take some x-rays. They came back. He said, okay. So when we come back next week, you go with the x-rays, we going to do some cleaning. What about my cleaning today?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you have to ask for your care plan, and you have to make them accountable to your care plan. Because when you have insurance, they typically, when you're not for dental, when you're not paying out of your pocket, it's normally they're getting paid less than what they would get paid if you were paying cash or out of your pocket. So you have to be sure with them because what they're doing is taxing your insurance.
Yeah.
So instead of me doing all this in one day, I'm gonna spread this out over the next couple months.
Yeah.
Right.
My dental policy was good. I always get the premium plan because I got too many kids to get any other cheap plans. They got everything going on.
That's what
got
they
50 kids.
They're gonna tax that. They're gonna tax it. Just like when you go to your regular doctor, you wait longer in a waiting room than you are if it's nothing really wrong with you. You do when you go in there.
That's true.
And that's just the way it is. But you have to for dentists, you have to be strong with them. Like, no, why can't I get my X-ray and my cleaning today? Or
Nate, I'm
why
in
can't
White
you
Mall.
pull
She
both
gonna
of
get me
these
put
teeth
out.
today?
Nate gonna get me. I'm in White Mall. She gonna get me put out. They gonna have me on the
Well,
news talking about
I'm
black
saying
outright, black
it is gonna
outright
get you put
woman.
out. It is gonna get you because I'm in the middle of dental work and I have to find a new dentist because he thought
See?
because I kept telling him I could still feel the pain. And he
Oh,
told me that I had enough Novocaine. And I said, no, I don't, because I can still feel it.
oh
So,
yeah.
he was a white man who felt like because I was a big black man, I can take
That's
it.
what I was getting ready to say. That yeah.
And I'm not. So I literally I guess I got blackballed because they won't let me set an appointment there anymore. So I have to find I had to call the insurance company, but
Where the dentist office at? So I can make sure I'm going.
Right.
downtown
Don't go there.
in Mercy. It's right across from Mercy.
Oh, that's where my grandmother used to go. She used to go
Mhm.
downtown to Mercy.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had one in Mercy.
It's a doctor's office across the street from it. It's not in the hospital.
Yeah.
But I guess they're associated with the hospital.
Yeah, I think that's the one she used to go to. They had to take. I got a cousin that got Down syndrome. They had to take all his teeth out because his teeth is rotting out.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. This stays
They took all
strong.
Tavon's teeth out. Tavon has no teeth.
When that happened?
If it's something with Down syndrome kids, it's something about their care. They said it's common with them, with their kid with their teeth. And they had to remove all his teeth. So now he good now. He eat everything now. But at first he couldn't eat nothing. Like he couldn't eat, he had to eat mashed potatoes and stuff. You know, Tavon greedy.
He can eat.
Mashed potatoes.
He can eat.
As long as you gave him a beer, he was good. As long as you give him a beer.
Did they give him dentures or something?
No, that's what they wanted to give him. But my aunt said she didn't want to get him dentures. So he really just walking around here.
Black people will have you out here looking
crazy.
If it was her, she'd have jumped on them dentures.
Right.
Black people have you out here looking fucked up.
Get that man some dentures so he not gum smiling out here.
Right. Because man,
he gonna gum smile you to death. He's gonna gum you to death.
He gonna give you a hug and everything. He walk
Turkey style. Turkey.
Black people.
He's lovable though.
It's nothing like a black person because we are a different breed of people.
We are a different breed of people. I said that last night when we was at the STEP show. We went from playing chopper style to praising God. Like, wait a minute. One thing about black people, I love my people. We're gonna find a way to praise God at a function. We're gonna give God some praise.
How did the DJ get into that?
Because it was like, 1 minute it was like, come on, y'all, stand up, we're gonna get this turned up. Then he was like, wait a minute. Before I go any further, you know how they do the wait a minute, before I go any further, I just want to give thanks to God. And y'all know God is good and da-da-da-da. And why did they start? Then they start playing the little... I said, y'all finna start playing church music.
Did they play? Hold on, did they play Lil Baby and Kirk Franklin songs?
No, no, they didn't play that one. They played what did they play?
They better have played
They were a national black church song.
We shall overcome. I don't know.
We shall overcome.
What's it? The shackles off my feet.
No, they ain't play that. No, they ain't play that.
They was playing that in the club.
What club you went to? They was playing
Shackles. When Shackles came out, that was a club
they
song.
Was playing that in the club, just like when they was playing "It's the God in Me."
Yeah.
Hey, it's the God. They play that in the club.
Yes.
They play
people was dancing.
"Melodies from Heaven" now club song.
People was dancing.
When I went to New Orleans last year, we went to New Orleans last year, and we went to a brunch in New Orleans. They was playing "Melodies from Heaven" like it was just melodies from heaven.
It don't even be remixed. They be playing a regular song.
I feel some type of way because when I went to church, when I went to my grandmother's church, we was taught not to do all that. We was taught you sit your ass down and you clap at an appropriate. You clap at an appropriate.
Was there holiness or something?
Yeah. You said what?
Holiness.
Song, Work It Out.
Holiness church.
The song "Work It Out." They play that in the club.
Oh my.
Yeah. She said, "Have y'all seen BlackRoses shout, honey? Them bows be bouncing all over the place." Listen, they started playing shout music last night. I said, let me get up and give God a little two-step real quick. Cause, honey, he has been good to me. Y'all know I love me some Jesus. I love me some Jesus. And I don't care if y'all say, he did. My Jesus is black. And I love me some Jesus. I love me some God. I can talk about how good God has been. I love me some God. I don't go to church like I used to, but church ain't always got to be in the building. The church is
that's a heathen will say that real quick.
Listen, it's more heathens and hellraisers in church than it is outside.
I know that.
You know what I'm starting to see though?
The hellraisers are
really
in church,
common.
honey.
What's really common is the mega churches. People really going to these
the mega churches and the drama, honey. They ain't even got to be the mega churches. The small churches and they drama, baby. The small churches and they drama too.
But
all these churches got drama.
They make all these shows about these mega churches, and people are still going and filling them up.
Some people like to be lost in the congregation. Like to me, I want to have a person like my former pastor. I have her home address, her home phone number, her cell phone number. I can call her. You know, she knows who I am. And those mega churches, I personally don't feel comfortable. Some people love that environment of church.
There's no connection. There's
thousands of people there. It's like a concert. But
there's no connection there.
I went to a mega church down North Carolina one day. I don't know how many times they passed that daggone tray round. That money, what do they call it? The off? I don't know how many times they
offering tray. Don't keep asking. Don't keep talking. And this is another thing I want to say about black churches. Stop telling people that if they keep sowing a seed, they're gonna come out of poverty. No, they're not.
Well, that's not a lot of churches don't.
That's all the churches.
Certain denominations
all
do
the
that.
Churches.
It's not all the churches. It's a lot of the. It's more so the pastor.
Give your last $100 to God and watch He turn it to 1,000.
But see, that's like
that's the biggest pyramid scheme ever.
But see, that's a lot of the. Like Pentecostal, Kojic,
give your $1,000. Yeah. Give your last $100 and watch God turn it to 1,000.
That's the person though. That's not the religion. That's the person.
Or the mega churches that have the private jet talking about this for the church. Ain't nobody been on there but his side hoes.
But you have to also understand a lot of, especially those churches. The older people were taught not to question the pastor, not to question the finances of the pastor.
I'm questioning everything.
Just like you pay your taxes and you vote, you have to, you have to vote when you have those town meetings in the church. And
my question
is not to question them.
My question,
and them small churches they definitely don't be wanting me to go to church at all no more. Like they make it feel like a cult.
That's true.
Well, to be honest, a cult is a religion. The two words are synonymous. What people have made cults more so the scammers or the ones that have been being negative, but we have to start looking at the messenger, or we have to listen to the message and not look at.
And that's what I more so do now. I listen to the message. Like I listen to a lot of Sarah Jake Roberts. I listen to her a lot. I listen to a lot of different people because I even listen to my pastor sometimes. I'll tune in when I know service about to start. And I mean by he about to get up there and preach.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I might tune into a couple services. I listen to TD Jakes sometimes. I listen to a lot of different ones. But and Derek can tell you, I was so into church for a long time, and I just saw what was going on.
You was into the building.
I was into the building. Yeah, you're right. I was so into it. I was in it full blown, and then it's just like I saw what was going on, and I'm like, I know all of God people was messed up. Everybody is out here is tore up from the floor up. You know.
Well, church is a hospital. Perfect. That's how you have to look at it. Church is a hospital.
Church is a hospital, but how can you heal me and you still sick?
Well, He will send the lowest to proclaim His message. Amen.
Amen.
But we have to take our eyes off of the messenger because our eyes are so fixated on the messenger we put them on a pedestal. I can definitely say I did that before. I come there for the message.
That church you made me go to that with you that one time.
Yeah.
I ain't like
And
that
then
church.
said, I like to do street ministry, sow seeds behind the scenes. The internal fellowship collaboration was draining. Yeah. And
I
church,
mean, I think I
felt
know
like a
one of the
fashion
churches we went
show.
to.
You
I,
know, it
but
felt like
that's
a
black
fashion show
people.
of who's who.
But
You know,
that's
'cause
black. That's black culture, though.
yeah, that's black
That's
culture.
true.
But I want to say this: Jesus never saved anybody in red bottoms and Louis Vuitton.
But I mean, he doesn't want you to be broke either. But
He
again,
don't want me to be
we
broke, but he never
focus-
saved. He never made me feel like because I don't have a red bottoms and Louis Vuitton that I don't have it. I'm not there.
Yeah, but
That's
that's us getting into church and not into the message that we
Right.
Mhm.
should be there, because
Yeah.
that's a part of black culture, to always feel like you got to look better than the next person. That's
Yeah.
our culture seeping into our religion, and that's where damage is coming in, because
You
our
know what? You
flesh
talking to
then
me.
sits
You
in those shoes.
definitely put me on point.
But that's how I've had, because I've gotten church hurt. You know, I'm a
Yeah.
part of the A.M.Me church, and that's nothing but foolishness and craziness. And
And
very
Dad said, if I don't
political.
wear my Spanx, I'm going to hell. It ain't my fault that I got to cover up because your husband's eyes wander.
Yeah. But see,
You
that's
know, that's
us.
inappropriate.
But that happens amongst you and your girlfriends. Your girlfriend think you looking at her man too. But we were told to bring ourselves, and we brought all of ourselves.
We
Right.
brought all of our
And we
friends.
didn't leave a lot of that foolishness in the parking lot.
In the parking
That's
lot.
how my grandmother church was. My grandmother church will always leave that message at the end, come as you all, come as you all. But
when I came out, it
noticed-
wasn't appropriate.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I noticed when people, like, they will always invite, strangers, you could always come in and stuff like that. But when them people would come in, the older I got, when I grew up in the church, I started to notice them same people. You would see the older women that would be on the side telling them, oh, such and such got a suit that you can wear, or like they was trying to redress them. But you saying come as you are. That's what I understand.
That's the word.
But a lot of that, on one side of that, often when you come as the world into church, you often, the same way they make your children wear uniforms, because they want to separate yourself from the playful you and the spiritual. That's the deeper meaning of it. But what has happened is we've turned what you look, your outer exterior, into your spiritual self. We've made that.
Now I'm not gonna come in my club attire, but damn.
Well, some people do. You
Yeah, I know.
You that came in there with them feathers on a couple Sundays. You that came on there. You wore that little mini skirt too, down to the paradox.
I ain't never did that.
He said down to the paradox.
Come on now, let's
And
tell the
then,
truth and
like,
shame the devil.
I can honestly say, like, with jeans and stuff like that, I used to come to church with jeans on a lot. But then I started getting more into it. I started buying little cute pleated skirts. I started buying little cute dresses for church. Just for church. Yeah, so my attire did change. My attire for church.
So once you started doing that, you started taking church seriously in a different way. But that eagerness you had to grow and become closer to God fell, while your seriousness raised up. And that's what happens. So when we come as we are, we're normally, it's a reason we walked in that building and we had on jeans and a sweatshirt and what we had on last night at the club. It was a reason we needed to be there. But when we start dressing a certain way, that need goes away, and I feel like, oh, I'm good because I'm coming to church. You have to keep that hunger at all times. And that's something that a lot of people they're too focused on the messenger and not nearly enough on the message.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. That is true. I like how you just broke that down for me, because I definitely became focused on, wait a minute, well, if you're this, why are you doing that? But I have to also think that these people are still human outside of that cloth. Outside of that Bible toting, when they leave out of here, they still have things they have to battle with as well.
And
they
look
still
at
have
it like
demons
this.
they have to do.
Some of it is, I just finished sucking dick, and I'm in here. So who else in here like this? Who else in here came here with that on their breath this morning? So you begin to judge them based off of your circumstances, because they're judging you based off of knowing the real lives that they're leading.
Oh my God.
I'm being honest though. Like, you know what you just finished doing before you got
I'm looking
there?
around. Who else in here was sucking dick?
Right, exactly. And now you're judging people based off of your insecurities, and that's what those older people are doing to us. They
True.
forgot what it was like to
They
be
forgot what it was
young,
like
and some of
to
them
be
didn't,
young.
because some of them, their husbands don't come to church,
Don't
Right.
come to church at all.
Right.
don't come to, because he's somewhere doing what he
In
doing.
the ball.
Yeah.
Or in the ball.
So that's when I
ball.
started looking at people and stopped looking at the image that they were trying to present me, I stopped getting hurt. But I there was a time I was really hurt by church, because I felt like I always went to white churches, and now that I'm going to black churches, you all have been lying to me.
You
You
all have
all
been
are
lying.
broken individuals in this church. Y'all
Broken.
But but it was years later that I, like recently really, that I've really been able to see that for what it is. And I don't look at people to judge them anymore.
Black churches are broken.
Yeah, I mean, all churches are broken. It's nothing.
Right,
Look,
true.
that's the pedophiles in the Catholic Church.
Right.
Shit, the pedophiles in the black church. You know,
Right.
they're everywhere.
The
But
bias.
but God will send us the craziest individual to show us a lesson. And we're too focused on the person to even get the message. So
Right.
you gonna miss it every time trying to.
You
with
gonna
your
miss it
flesh
every
too
time.
close. Right.
We're trying to figure out
You know you do that. You sitting in church knowing you in sin, and you like, I wonder who else in sin in here.
But listen, been in full blown worship, looking at him like, let me see.
Is a hint fragrance of weed going around the church. And you're like, you in there smoking weed?
Wait a minute. Or the musicians leaving out after the shout part is over and Pastor get ready to preach. They leaving out to go smoke weed. Okay, they've done that before. Seen it firsthand.
It sound like you were friends with the musicians. Sound like you were friends with the musicians.
You was.
I was associate.
You wasn't associate.
And
Don't make me
Indira
throw
said,
you out.
That's right, Indira. We know. Listen, Indira knows. We know. You speaking some truth there. You speaking some truth. You speaking some truth right here, Nick. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm telling you, because I've been there. Like, and
I've been there. Been there and done that.
Yeah.
That's honest.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. Listening to the actual.
We get mad at the church and the
You get
religion.
mad at the church.
And there's a whole person over there, a whole Jamal Bryant over there, that we so enthralled with him. But the church and the religion is garbage.
Because we and it's so crazy how we hold black pastors to a standard that we don't even think about with these Catholic pastors and priests. We don't even think about that with these.
Well, they're not our overseers. They're not our leaders.
They're not. You're right. They're
and
not.
It's the same way we look at our parents. We hold them to a esteem. And sometimes it goes to an unfair place, but you're in a place of leadership. You should be the standard of how I should live. But at the same time, like our parents, you're human.
You're human.
You're human. Parents have fuck them kid days. So what you think your pastor go have? Fuck them parishioners. Fuck them saints.
Fuck them members. Fuck them saints.
And they're human though. They're still human. We make them gods, but they are human.
We make them gods.
That doesn't excuse them for their behavior, Jamal Bryant, but it does. It definitely.
I'm not calling that man out on this show.
I'm just saying.
Do your own show. Do your own show.
Tell
the truth, shame the devil.
To listen to me, I begin to see people differently. Yeah. I begin to see people differently too. I stopped looking at them in the spiritual realm.
You
and
take them off the pedestal.
Yeah,
take them off the pedestal. Sister so and so, deacon so and so, musician so and so, evangelist so and so. They, my mother was friends with this one evangelist, and this lady had so many children. She had so many children, and none of them children looked nothing alike. And I just said, I wonder how many dads them children had. I wonder, but she was powerful in her messaging, but her messaging was so powerful because of all the shit that she had done in her life.
The shit that she had done in her life.
That's true.
I would rather listen to her preach because I know at least she knows where I'm coming from.
She knows where I'm coming from, and she's been there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm saying I I look at church totally different now. I look at individuals totally different now. I look at them as humans. And the body of the church, the religion has done nothing to us.
Nothing.
Man is. We're mad at man and flesh. And we blame religion for that. And it's the craziest thing ever.
And it's the craziest thing ever.
Your faith didn't damage you. You damaged you. Or that man you've been sleeping with, that wife is right over there, damaged you. That wasn't you. That wasn't the religion.
That is so nice and calm. That wasn't you. Don't worry about it. It wasn't you.
Right. And it wasn't that religion. It wasn't that building. It wasn't that address.
It wasn't that, yeah. It wasn't that.
God didn't do that to you. You was hot for that moment.
That's why I don't look at people like that anymore.
Yeah.
And Dara said, and the other Brian, absolutely. They don't know that.
I'm not going that deep with it, because I'm gonna stick to my A.M.E. circle. I'm gonna stick to
baby, it's Pentecostal over here.
Right, exactly. That's why I knew you was Pentecostal.
Message.
I knew you was Pentecostal when you started talking. I knew it, because that's them rules. Them Pentecostals, you can't wear stockings. You can't wear pants.
But my church wasn't like that, though. My church was not like that.
What was your church? What was the name of it?
It's not like that.
What was the name of it?
The name of it is Freedom Church and Ministries.
Freedom Church and Ministries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said,
okay. Yeah.
So you went to church with Naomi and Krishna?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's how I met Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I be knowing stuff.
Yeah, that's when they was on Pulaski Street.
See, I be knowing stuff.
Yeah.
Right there in the cut, in that little, like a warehouse.
In the little side street in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got saved.
Brother Bruce.
Yeah.
See, I be knowing some stuff.
That's where I got saved. That's where I got baptized.
Right there in the cut. Right there
Holy
in the cut.
Filled. Absolutely. Right there in the cut.
Mm-hmm.
In the cut. Yeah. In the alley, okay? And they were in the alley, yeah.
Oh, not in the alley. No. It was a little bit bigger than the alley. It was bigger than the alley.
Man, that church could have been
maybe
so
a little.
But I loved it. Listen, and at that highlight at that point in church, I loved it. I loved going there. I loved serving. I was an usher. I was everything. I was in that
she was involved.
Faithfully, I was involved. And Derek can tell you, I was involved.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's where you met Indira
from? And Indira had to come on one
That's
day.
where you met Indira from?
No, me and her used to work together.
Oh.
And I brought her to church with me. I brought her to church with me.
That's what happened to the saints. They be bringing you into the fold, and they don't tell you the whole. They don't tell you the whole story.
I brought her to church with me.
They don't tell you the whole story. They don't.
I met Indira first. I met her when we were working together at a daycare. And
they don't tell you the whole story.
And she can tell you. I would bring my Bible and I would read my Bible front to back all day.
Be mindful. Be mindful of those friends and family invitation days.
He said the family invitation.
Story. The church is the extra.
I'm giving you the tea. I'm giving you tea. I'm giving you.
But Indira, but this was after the fact. Did you give Indira that tea before you invited her to Friends and Family?
I did not know that. But you
invited her to Friends and Family Day, though.
I invited her to a Sunday service, which was not far from her home at the time.
On Friends and Family Day.
It was not Friends and Family Day. It was a Sunday service.
It's always
beautiful. It was beautiful.
The church is always beautiful on Friends and Family Day. They get extra flowers.
I don't think it was a Friends and Family Day. It was a regular Sunday service.
Deacon Fry put the real. He put the good proper freshener down.
Deacon Fry.
That's the day that they
learned the evolution together.
They got
That's
food
right.
That day.
Listen, I did not know the things that I know.
I done tricked a couple friends before.
I did not trick her to come into church. She came on her own. And then, can you tell this man? Because he tried.
You did. You said, you should come to church with me. My church real nice. It's a younger
Wait a minute.
congregation there.
You did that to me though. You told me I should come to church with you.
I said come to church. I did tell you that. I did tell you come to church with me.
You did.
I said you might not like it. You might not.
I'm sure she was like, we have a young congregation.
I never said that.
It's not all those older stuffy people here.
You
didn't tell me it was a young congregation. You told me that much. When you told
I did tell you it was a younger crowd.
You told me that much.
I did tell you it wasn't like an older people. It was older people there, but it wasn't like old people. Like how you complained about your grandma church.
He bringing back up memories. That was the first and last time I went to that church.
She complained about her grandma church because she said her grandma church was boring. So I said,
old people don't let you do nothing when you're young. They don't let you. They don't take you. She
said her grandma church was boring. I said, well, come to my church. My church not like that. Maybe you might like it.
Our parishioners are 20s and 30s. We have fun in the church. They had a DJ booth in the back of that church and everything. Tell me I'm lying.
We having different types of service on through the week.
That was his name, wasn't it? I think his name was Bruce. He was in charge of the youth ministry. The young adults. I think his last name was Bruce, or his first name was Bruce. Whoever was in charge of the youth or young adults ministry.
What he look like?
He had a big old head. He was brown skin. He had a big old forehead.
I don't know.
I thought his name was Bruce.
It's been so many people that done been up and out of there. I don't know.
Oh, he said that church for the streets. Okay.
It is.
He said that.
They run through it.
Been in and out of there.
Well, that's what happens because people forget is the honeymoon period dies off, and then you like, oh, this every Sunday. Oh, okay.
And Darren said I couldn't stand the dancing every time. Oh my God, I turned around, they were dancing.
That was a dance. The dance. That was a club.
Every time you turn around, they were shouting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God dang, when we get to preaching, it's already 12. Service started at 10:45.
Well, you gotta expel those demons, and you gotta get them shackles off your feet before you can hear the word. You can't be listening to the word in shackles.
Yeah, you can't.
You gotta dance. Dance that pain away.
Dance that pain away. We got problems.
Right. And you know it. And y'all be trying to rush the pastor. I gotta get this out of y'all so y'all can sit still. I don't need y'all shouting doing your word.
We gotta get your Saturday night jitters out, honey, so you can praise God. You said, get up, stand up, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the word. That's right there. Exactly. We're waiting for the word.
Y'all know even on this platform, y'all gotta warm up first before we get to this part.
Mm-hmm. She said it was always a musical. Always.
When it's funny, I actually when Krishna introduced me to that church, we did a play. That's how I was introduced to that church. We did a play there.
By who?
It was a play that I had did, but Chris.
No, who introduced you to? Oh, Chris.
Krishna, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's somebody else now, but yeah, he was Chris.
Oh, he has a stage name.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I did an actual play there. We did a play there for your Sunday service one.
Oh, okay. This must have been before I came.
It might have been because they were there already, but yeah.
Yeah, they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
They have been there for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And see, you got to come as you are, and you can't focus on the old grumpy people. I made that mistake. I made it about the grumpy old people.
Yeah. I can honestly say I made it about, going to church. It makes you look at things differently, see life differently, see things in a different light. It opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't see at first, and I didn't know. Because for me, when I was younger, going to church, it was just like, oh, here we go again. We gotta go to church.
Oh yeah, my mom said she did everything but beat me to get out that church. I was like, I do not want to go to church. Why it's not fair? Why you making me go to this church?
Mm-hmm.
I only like Easter Sunday because we got to get candy.
Wow.
I didn't like going at all. Well, because we were going to Pentecostal. So imagine going to Catholic school during the week and then going to Pentecostal church on a Sunday. My life, I was all confused.
Yeah.
I was so
all
confused.
confused.
I was all confused.
Why we gotta go
What you believe?
every day of the week? Monday night,
Right.
Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday
Yeah, Bible
night,
study.
Friday.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm gonna say. Bible study.
Letting
Missionary
people
meeting,
too close, I
Bible
was open
study.
to the title. Yeah, me too, and I was so naive. And knowing what I know now, if I was to go back to a church, I wouldn't get that close. I would go in strictly for the word and straight out.
No, you
Letting
can't.
people-
You can't be a
letting
side
people-
piece. You can't be a side piece in church. No. You gotta get connected. You just gotta find. You have to find the right church for you. You have to find the right church home for you. And sometimes it's gonna feel like what you already been through because that's the everyday. Like just a relationship. Sometimes the relationship you get like you gotta spice it up. But that's why you should go to that church and figure out what your spiritual gift is. And understand that's your connection to the church. Once you understand your spiritual gift, whether it be like I'm not ushering, I'm not deacon material, I'm not the cleanup staff, I'm not the kitchen staff. I can be the arts ministry. I can be I can do the little plays, do your fundraisers, stuff like that. I can do that. That's my ministry. That's my spiritual gift. But I'm not coming in there thinking I'm gonna be the next evangelist or
that's right.
the deacon so and so, Deacon Nate. I'm not doing that because I'm not. I don't care about showing you to your seat. I don't care about giving you napkins or covering you with a cloth. I don't care about those things. First of all, I'm late, so I'm not even in time to greet you. So why would I want to be a greeter or usher when I'm not even?
That's right.
I'll be the person that say goodbye to you when you're leaving the church, but I can't be the person that say hello because I'm late. Yeah. I don't get there for Bible study in the morning. I get there for service. You didn't say service started at 7 a.m. You said service started at 11.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's what time I'm going to get there, at 11:30.
That's what time I'm going to get there, at 11. That's what time I'm going to be there.
11:30.
I think that's what I hated. You got to be there. I feel like I was there all day.
All
and then
day.
they pop up and be like, okay, and then the afternoon service. I'm like, wait a minute.
Why we gotta go to evening service?
Yeah. And you not going to feed me?
Right.
And Derek said, my gift is in the back. I clean as a treasure, but I want to do it behind the scenes. That's right.
But see, the treasurer can't leave. You got to count that money at the end of the church.
Right. No, she's saying like that's her treasure to clean.
Oh, to clean. Oh, no, baby. That ain't me.
Stay behind, clean the church. You want to do it behind the scenes?
No, because you got to be there before the people get there, and you're the last one to leave. No,
no.
I like to go to Cactus Willie's after church. I can't be sitting there cleaning.
Done that before.
I like to go to go to the little buffet after church.
That's what I get ready to say. I just asked David that last week.
I
said, why do everybody after church? Why do they crowd the buffets after church?
That message make you hungry. That message make you hungry. All that shouting and stuff. You hungry after church, and then I gotta stay clean up. I gotta clean up, or I gotta count the money, or I gotta. No. That's I know that's not my spiritual gift. And God is okay with that not being my spiritual gift.
Yeah.
He's actually okay with me knowing that because I don't want to be wasting your time. Like, Mr. Couser, you have to stay. No.
No, I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
Oh,
you just gotta
I love cleaning. It's my business. Just let me do it in peace. I don't like a lot of people. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, a lot of the people part. Yeah, that's true.
She know her spiritual gift. She don't want to be shaking hands and giving you fans and programs. She knows
passing out fans and programs. That was me. I was passing out fans and programs.
Yeah, and Dara said, I'm waiting till they come. And Dara can get there halfway through the service. And then stay clean up after. She ain't got to deal with nobody.
She ain't got to deal with nobody. She ain't got to talk to nobody. She sit in the back and mind her business.
Yeah, and when most of the people go up, you get up and start running the vacuum cleaner, polishing the seats. Yeah, see, Dara, you know your spiritual gift. See, that's good. See, you gotta be in tune with your spiritual gift. See, these two. She want to be the usher. She want to talk to the people and hand out peppermints and the programs. I ain't got time
Get
for
the
that.
pastor some water.
Get the pet. Oh, you that person. You want to be an armor bearer? No.
No, hell, I don't.
Yes. See, she
No,
know.
I
She
don't.
know it. See, she know
No, I
it.
don't. I want to be no damn armor bearer.
See, she know.
I'm good.
See, she know her spiritual gift. I was testing you. I was saying what you said. See, she know.
You get on my nerves. You get on my nerves.
She know. What's your spiritual gift, Kay? What's your spiritual gift? See, you might be with the
Girl,
children.
Go to church. You don't go to church.
You might be in the daycare center.
I'm the late person. I'm coming late. I'm coming just on time for when the service starts.
That comes for Easter and Christmas service.
Oh,
that's true. That's true. That's 100% true.
Holiday worshiper. That's
that's the only
time.
She's a
holiday worshiper. She's a holiday worshiper.
Oh,
that is true. When I got older, and my grandmother when they had the Christmas service, and I was there.
She comes on. She comes on Easter. Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
No,
what's
the other one?
Come on, Easter,
I come
Christmas.
just enough.
Mother's Day. That's considered a holiday in church because that's it's real special.
I
Christmas
come just enough to qualify for the church trips. I come just enough to qualify for the church trips.
And so you have to come on a Mother's Day Sunday in order to qualify. That's the qualify. If you just come on Easter and then Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and see you probably don't even come on New Year's, so you don't qualify.
You don't qualify. She don't come on New Year. She just come on Easter. That's it.
They started catching up. They started catching on to people because they started announcing it. Okay, we got the trip coming, and you can't just go if you only come for Easter Sunday. They started catching.
That's how I know those holidays. You have to come on Easter. You have to come on Mother's Day, Father's Day. They just hand out stock, so it don't really count. And then Thanksgiving is important because that's the day they typically give to the homeless on that day. And then you got to come for Christmas.
We ain't really going to have a real service all that.
And then to finish out the year, and this is what really qualifies you for the upcoming year trips, you have to come on New Year's for watch night service.
Watch night.
You have totally eliminated. Even if you came to all the other holidays, if you don't come to New Year's watch night service, you have just been disqualified.
You have been disqualified.
My grandmother church was on North Avenue in Pearson. I was not going to watch night service. I ain't trust nothing about it.
On Pearson.
North Avenue in Pearson.
Oh, on North and Payson.
Oh,
that's where her family church is.
Her family North Avenue, and then it was off of Payson. It's Christian Memorial.
Oh,
that's the one that had the big book in the window.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't going to watch night service right now. No.
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah, it get kind of rowdy on Payson.
That's why Then they had a band. They had a band that would come and pick you up, but I wasn't doing it. My grandmother.
But you still got to get in that. You got to get in and out that building, though.
Tia, don't act like you ain't been in that church van when you got older. When you had little David, you was getting in that church van.
I went on a church van,
not on New Year's Day.
I wasn't getting stuck in the damn for church on New Year's. They be shooting right there on North Avenue. That's how they do their fireworks. I wasn't going.
The trick to that is you still have to send it. If you mail in your tithes, you get an in. Because that shows a level of dedication that the people who are coming don't have.
I never understood them ties. Them ties is what I didn't understand. Because my grandmother used to give me the different envelopes. I'm like, wait a minute, what's the white one now? What's the yellow one for? I'm confused.
You got the building fund. You got the white regular tithes and offering.
Those are the offering plates. So the envelopes is normally one is for offerings. That's if it's like a special need.
Your tithes.
And the tithe,
one is for the building fund.
A tithes is a different one. So if you went to a spiffy church, they had two different envelopes. But if you went to the regular black church, they had the regular one, and they had where you check off what you put in there, and then you put the amounts and what it was for.
Yeah, because
like tithes and offerings.
When you the treasurer person, you don't open the envelopes and count the money. Why they make you write what you put in there?
Because they have to separate it. So your tithe goes to the building.
And they keep a record of that too. They keep a record of you paying your tithe.
Because most of the churches have to report their income to their, like, the headquarter church. And like your membership. That's why, like, if you are a member there and you haven't been in a while, they'll send you a call or they'll send you an email or a letter, because you have to be there. You are part of the paying part of the church.
I come when I feel like it. I come when
I know see, this stuff is what I do. But I don't want any of that leadership. I'll just do plays for you all. I may sing. I won't be in the choir. I'll do praise and worship.
You better sing. You better sing.
What about the choir director?
No, don't want to do that. No, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. No, for me.
Because you have to be there every Sunday.
You do.
If I do plays, I'm there only doing fundraisers or, Easter plays.
Yeah,
when you the choir director, you're there every Sunday. Every service.
And Saturday morning.
Even if the choir don't sing. Sometimes the choir don't sing.
Well, the choir director is typically the organ player. So they still have to do the music.
I hated getting up on Saturday mornings to go to choir rehearsal. I couldn't stand nothing about it. I couldn't stand nothing about it.
She said, I never knew you could file them on your taxes.
Yeah.
Until I received. Yeah, you can. Especially if you pay them faithfully.
And that's why
my
you
mother
fill out
said
the envelope.
She hate revivals. Yeah, I hate revivals.
And that's why you have to fill out the envelope. You don't just put your money in. You fill out the envelope because then you get a.
They keep a record of that.
Yeah, you get your I think it's a W-9 form at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come on now. Church is a business, so you gotta treat it like a business. You get your money back at the end of the year. I fill out that envelope even when it's $1 in it, because I want to be counted.
I want all of that
at the end of the year, and they send it to you in January, like
they
your job
send it to you.
With everything that you paid into it.
Absolutely.
You get that good deduction. See?
Yeah.
See, you got all the babies over there. That'll be a good deduction for you.
Listen.
That's your charitable contribution.
Listen, them daggone kids. I took 2 children to the church, and one child walked in the middle of the aisle and said, listen, is it time to go? Is it time to go?
Her kids don't know nothing about God.
So you gotta take them babies to church so they know what to do.
They have no church etiquette about themselves.
Little David got out like he was 16 years old. He walked out in the middle of the daggone walkway and said, "We've been here too long. Is it time to go?"
See, you're the person. So Crystal would have to come up to you and escort you and your family downstairs.
Yeah. Or if her baby crying too loud, I'm that person gonna come up. Come on, you need some help. Come on, let me take her. Give me the baby.
No. See, that's where Crystal got in trouble. She was concerned. You have to escort them downstairs.
I was too concerned.
Yeah, what they used to do to the kids that wouldn't stay still. That one lady that sat in the row with all the young kids, she would come back there, grab the kid, and have it sit right next to her.
Yeah,
I don't have that level of concern in me.
On the front.
I wasn't the type of usher that if you was chewing gum, you gotta give me your gum and all that shit. No,
I love that lady because that lady typically was on it.
You said she was on it.
That lady was always on it. You gotta like that person. You gotta make friends with that one. That's the usher you make friends with, because when you start
I ain't that deep in the church to be doing all that. Give me your gum. You can't sit here. No, you gotta sit over here. You can't pay attention
smacking. You can't pay attention smacking.
I can smack my gum and listen to him, the man of God.
See, your problem. So you were the person who she took the gum from. I get your frustration now. You got your gum stolen.
I got my gum taken. Heifer.
Because you in there popping. You know you're not supposed to be popping in service.
And the heifer didn't give it back.
She said, I got my gum taken.
She said if you made friends with her, she would have gave you a fresh piece after service.
You see?
But see, you gave her attitude.
I
You
guess,
gave her attitude.
you know it. I have an attitude problem.
See, you got to get
Attitude on
that together.
percent.
They said
Because
she
that's the
was
lady. That's typically the lady that she cut the cake when they have cake at church.
Yeah, and giving you the small
piece.
pieces.
I always got a big piece because I never made her mad.
Like it was her cake. Like she bought the cake.
She probably did though. She probably did. She probably did. You have to be mindful of the people who got money in church, and they don't always look like it.
Right? Yeah, you gotta be mindful.
When you started college, that's the one that slid your little envelope. See, you gotta be on it. You can't. So you just got attitude. Get that Park Heights out of you. Get it out. Get it out you.
That Park Heights is deeply rooted because I
get
have
that Park Heights out of you. So you got attitude. Because sister Patrice, that's the one who looked out for you when you went away to college. That's the one that made sure you got your little care package. You came back. She would make sure she slide your little envelopes and change. And on the weekends where you couldn't afford to go to Cactus Willie, she made sure they paid for you. See, you got to get that Park Heights out of you, baby. Hang it up sometimes. Hang it up in the closet sometimes because it's gonna get you in trouble.
Give me a big trouble.
I ate. The old ladies made sure I ate every Sunday. Every Sunday.
Yeah, they definitely was that for Jalen. For Jalen, they made sure he ate every Sunday.
Every Sunday. When you're going into Golden Corral, oh come on, Nate, come up to the front. You go ahead through.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Miss Janice and Miss Diane made sure I ate every Sunday. They took turns paying for me because I was nice to them. You were me.
I sure was. That little girl. I was that little girl.
You were like my friend Brandy was from the village, so that's similar to Park Heights. She was always mean to him. So she typically ate because of me. And mind you, Miss Diane was her mother. And she would pay for me first.
Not Miss Diane.
Because I was nice to Miss Diane. I was always nice to Miss Diane.
Oh my God. This has been a great show today.
It was.
I swear. It has been an awesome show. And there was that because Jalen was the church sweetheart. He was so well. Girl, wasn't he the church sweetheart? Like, oh my God, this boy is a terrorizer. And
the
look at
older ladies love you. They love the little young boys. Them older ladies love the little young boys. Because their sons won't come to church. Their sons won't come to church. So if you become their son.
Jalen was so innocent and sweet, so fake innocent.
Don't hate because he could hide his. Don't hate.
Right.
Stop here because he can hide here.
You should have learned.
Oh man, yeah, that's my baby though. I love him though. You get on my nerves.
This is definitely a good show, and I'm so excited to see you guys. I'm so excited to see you guys this afternoon. Well, tonight.
What time does it start?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Get your, curl your lashes because for the first 25 people there, they get a free headshot.
Oh, okay.
You do need a headshot. You have a show now, so that would be great for you. It's a free
headshot. What's the address?
218 Saratoga.
Okay. It's right there where the old spots at.
What old spot? Right
there. Right down Saratoga where all the little Arabs got their old shops. They sell all the oils. And
where the parking at?
On Saratoga Street.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where that's at, Nate.
You don't know where Saratoga Street is?
Saratoga and what?
It's between Howard. Howard is on one side and
okay.
You don't know where all the little Arabs got the oil shops?
Now I know. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I got
and be on time, Crystal. Be on time.
Girl, shut up. Stop talking about be on time. And she ain't never on time. I'm gonna be late to her funeral. Oh, thank you, Indira. I raised a nice young man. He is definitely a piece of work. Networking, you need a headshot, so be ready. I'm gonna be ready, girl. I got my lashes on, girl.
I'm coming down there. Put me some lashes on, psych. I'm not flying away with you.
She a hater. She a hater.
Not flying away with you.
Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. 'Cause
Yes.
They done got on my nerves. I love them. I wouldn't ask for a better team. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
y'all so much. We can't wait to have you guys back here tomorrow. Next
Tomorrow,
Saturday. Sorry.
What
See
you
y'all
talking about?
I'm about to sing a song. Tomorrow. See y'all
Come
next
back
week.
next Saturday from 11 to 1.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all.
Sometimes we go over. See you.
That music has been playing this whole time.